There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to Prime League here in Week 2. We are in the Swedish division, and we're looking for a couple hype matches. We got 4 matches for you today. They all should be rather nice, and today I am joined by Hype. How you doing today?
Well, I'm doing great, mate. I'm looking forward to this. Last week, we saw a bunch of these teams already, so at least we have some info to go off of.
Certainly. Of course, we just came off of Week 1. Some really good matches coming on through the entire week. But now into Week 2, time to get down and dirty into the league now that we're getting closer to the middle of it. Things should be looking pretty interesting. Our first match of the day should be quite nice as well. I have to say, I am looking forward to seeing what sort of matchups we do get today.
Oh, yeah, certainly. And we're going to start off with Lemondogs versus PlayPark Esports. And they're both on 1 win in the league. So you've had that first week. You've had your warm-up. You could show what you're about. And now it's time to get down to business. Grind it out. The consistency is going to matter here. And Lemondogs, they have a pretty high up standard already. I think last week they got hyped up quite a bit. So I'm wondering whether they can show it again this week.
Yeah, certainly. Lemondogs, they were in the previous season of Prime League here in the Swedish division last season, and they had an absolutely stellar season, absolutely annihilating a lot of the competition in this Swedish division in the previous season. But let's see if that's going to be a change, because we certainly do have more teams, better competition, and we're looking forward to it. We do have 4 matches into the night, and should be rather nice all the way through. First off, of course, we got Lemondogs versus PlayPark. Then after that, X-Gamer versus Goodfellas. The third will be Prima versus Little Mix. And then our 4th and final match of the night, we'll be seeing the return of X-Gamer, but they'll be facing off against Extra Esports. So it should be a rather good lineup for the day. I'm looking forward to seeing all these best ones play on out. Only time can tell what sort of maps we will be seeing out of them.
Even though we saw 8 teams or 6 teams last week, there's still some new ones that we haven't really seen on stream. Lil Mix, we haven't seen X-Gamer, Prima, we haven't seen X-Gamer featuring twice. That's gonna be intense. Whether they can keep that motivation the entire way through, and whether they can stay with that consistent mindset. It's gonna be an interesting day.
Yeah, no, it will be something that will really determine a lot for that 4th matchup of the day, and especially if you're looking at X-Gamer, but X-Gamer, they're going to be hoping to keep a good mentality from the first match. If they don't do well in the first match, they have a bit of a blowout on their end, things don't go well during that first matchup, things could be rather rough for them during that second match, because of course mentality plays a huge influence when it does come to these matches, especially when you have back-to-back series.
At least they come in here with a clean slate. The reason they're playing 2 matches is because they didn't play a week 1. So they are at least completely nil-nil. They had some chance to maybe look at their opponents, look at the match that was going on last week, see whether they can find some interesting strategies. Because we did interview somebody from Lemondogs last week, and it was, you should keep a consistent mind. And already getting into the first game here, and it's knife round.
Yeah, knife round coming on through. Of course, this knife round will determine who will be picking that each side. Rather important for us to win. Right now, just going back and forth, all down, and the last man standing, not going to be allowed to live. That'll be taken away by PlayPark, and that should allow them to pick up that CT site here on Mirage. Of course, Mirage is a fairly well-known map when it does come to Counter-Strike. Every team has played it into oblivion at this point, so we should be able to see some good strategies from both squads come on through. And right now, it does look like PlayPark, I think, are taking up that CT side, if I'm not mistaken.
It feels like a very nice, simple start to the day. You know, it's not ancient where we have to think so much. It's not Vertigo where all of a sudden everything is weird. It's just a simple game of Mirage to kick us off, and I'm looking forward to it. Lemondogs on that CT side and Play Park. This is for who goes 2-0 in the league.
Yeah, this could determine quite a bit when it comes to the early beginning of the season. And shots coming on through. Of course, a P250 being bought up immediately, which is quite interesting. Adam and Hemska able to find one each. Brings it down to a 3 versus 5. Man advantage going the way of Lemondogs. Now things are starting to pan into their direction. This T side looking fairly strong. They have that mid control. They're going to surrender it for a few moments while there's a little bit of aggression coming out from Zebdubs. But that's not going to be allowed to happen for too long as it does get punished. One from Vince to find one. And now Viper all alone playing over here towards Cat, and Short needs to find a couple kills at least in order to have a bit of an advantage coming on through. But Viper only able to find out one. Adam going to be able to eliminate him out, and that will be the first round going the way of Lemondogs. The T side looking ever so strong.
Fairly simple start there. Get that initial opening and wait it out. I like that from Lemondogs. Not rush on and pick a site and put all your chips in that one basket. No, spread it out, wait it out. Try and force Play Park into a position. Well, Lemondogs, they're coming out with a scout cap.
That's a
he landed a nade.
And that right there was a bit chunky there for the damage on the Lemondogs. Not tagged down all too low on each of these players, but a lot of damage done overall when it does come to the 4 players that were hit. Shots coming on through. Logan going to be able to find one. That HE proving its worth. Going to be able to find a quick little scout shot on out onto Zelos to start opening things through. And now Logan on that Deagle, gonna be able to find out one, looking for another. Not gonna be allowed. Hemska gonna be able to find him out before he does get capped himself. And these Deagles certainly proving their worth right now. Shots coming on through. It's Logan again with this SSG, dealing the damage, and Zedubs able to finish it off and putting a first on the board for Play Park, allowing them to go 1-1 there in the second. That's gonna be rather detrimental for the side of Lemondogs.
In just a few clicks, it was a scout, a deal, and that was all that Play Park needed to get rid of the entire offense for Lemondogs. A great start to ruin the economy, but Lemondogs, they're right back at it. They're forcing as well. Cav flashed into mid, still wants to take that opportunity. The util or the guns on the side of Play Park, it's just looking so much more solid than the side of Lemondogs. One AK and a scout there. The rest deagled up. But they've all got guns, and even that MP9 from Logan here could do some nasty damage.
Yeah, that right there, that Logan with the MP9 right now, he could deal a lot of damage. That's such a kryptonite when it does come to these eco rounds or these deagle rounds to come out from this T side. But right now, that's not going to be allowed to be used. Suspect will be able to grab a little bit of an angle on him, finds his head through the wall to finish him off. Brings it down to a 4 versus 5, and the man advantage certainly being flipped. This is the tale of the Deagles coming on through today, and things seemingly going back in the direction of Lemondogs. They had the rifles to work with, but the Deagles coming out in a punishment style, just finishing them off, and now down to the last 2 members of Play Park. An SSG to try and collect a little bit. I think the save call being made there by Viper, and yeah, they're going to be looking to back on off, try and save it all over.
Now, of course, they're going to try and hunt that down with the Deagle, but now it might just get more costly. You do have other guns to play with, but you also know that there's an M4 on the lurk, a hero M4 that could do a massive job, but it has been a game of AKs, and how much do Lemondogs want to invest? Because they're falling by the bunch. They're still going to win this round, of course, but that's 2 guns out of their hands that they can't really afford with the trades of rounds that has already been going on. Right off the get-go, they need to be careful with hunting down an M4 like that.
Yeah, there has been absolutely. That was really nicely done by Viper. There, he was able to get quite a bit of use out of that. Of course, not able to save the round necessarily, but did the econ damage that I needed to. It's going to allow a little. That's going to allow a little bit of a buy up coming on through from Play Park. We'll be seeing the MP9, the FAMAS, and of course the A1S that was carried over from the previous round to come on out. And if Viper can activate like he did there as he was on the retreat, that was doing absolutely not. It was absolutely beautiful from him.
Adam onto the site. Gets down Logan. There's one CT. He's got info on that, but the Deagles, are they going to be efficient yet again? Lemon Dogs.
Oh, God.
They're getting some taps in, and another one falls on the midfield is Adam. It gets revenge for that. Sus going from that underground passage. Viper spots him out. That hero M4 needs to be a massive one in a 1v3, and I think Viper, he's going to count his blessings that he's even alive at this moment.
Yeah, him saving that over should be good for the Econ, allow them to have a little bit of advantage coming into the next round. Because right now, they're down to broke. They're in the 500s, the 100s. They're not going to have much to work with. That's going to be rather detrimental when it does come into this next round, into this fourth round. Right now, Lemon Dogs, they have the momentum to work with. They need to keep that going. They can't allow Play Park Esports to really get things going if they do want this one to be fairly clean.
CT side always expensive, and then all of a sudden, a Viper falls, not able to save that M4 this time. It's not glued to his body, so he's not going to get that one back. Play Park, they're in a bit of a pushed back position, the back's against the wall, where they're going to have to save. They don't have money to try Deagles yet again. They're going to have to relinquish this round, or most likely relinquish it.
This round not looking all too great. They have the single Deagle to work with, as well as the USPSs. The USPSs, of course, they can double nick them out if their aim is solid enough and they're able to catch them off guard. And that'll be the name of the game if they do want to try and get any utility out of that USPS. But for the time being, it's just looking to be a clean take onto this A site. Not much resistance to be put up. Of course, they do have one over here towards Palace. He's going to be looking to find one. We'll be able to find it. The dink and the body shots come on through. It's going to be found out there by Susp, though. Just like that, things looking to come to a head if you are looking at the side. Lemon Dogs looking to clean it up.
Jerk.
Something noticed there is Jerk there. Not going to be found out. They did try and check it, but not able to activate either. It's going to be rather unfortunate. Only able to find one frag throughout the round. That's going to be Lemon Dogs collecting their fourth into the fifth, and now going to try for the side of Play Park Esports to get things going with their A1S round.
Still, yes, they've got an A1S round. Is it solidly bought with all util that you could ever want? Absolutely not. They're still struggling. Their econ in the dirt. Björk could have had a very big impact in that one round. The sneak up not quite working out, but if he had that was bomb. He would have had an AK, but it seems like Lemon Dogs are going quickly, already rushing onto A side, flooding his subs. Gets traded out from Björk. Logan still from that CT side doing some damage. If after all he falls 3-on-3 now, Zubs relatively low HP.
Yeah, relatively low, bringing it down on 3 versus 3, like you were saying.
What?
Zub so low, 1 HP to work with. But Viper go be able to find out one, brings it down to a 2 versus 3. The man advantage going the way of Play Park. Of course, that's why 1 HP on the Zubs. And this is a rather difficult retake. This is in essence a 2-on-2 retake now. We're looking at Zubs to try and find out a little bit of information, but Viper being capped immediately, really making this detrimental. Of course, Logan able to find out one, leaving down to Hims. Hims, he's got himself an AWP, able to find out Logan, looking for one. Oh, beautifully done. The Deagle able to find the 1 HP player out, and that will be the 5th coming on through from her by some heroics from Hims.
Play Park are pushed back even more. They're getting squished slowly but surely. Lemon Dogs, the amount of pressure that they're building here, just purely financial pressure upon Play Park. They're in a tight position here, and they need to sneak away around, but you're not going to do it like that, just opening up into the center and falling without even doing any type of damage. Play Park needs to improve and need to maybe lay back a little bit more. As I say that, Björk was laying back there and he still fell.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. We do have this Deagle here from Logan, but peeked out immediately by Zelos to eliminate him. Just like that, back down to the 2 versus 5. Something to note, it's Viper seems to be the last man standing in every round here. And he is going to need to do a little bit, but not going to be allowed to do too much, as Susp does finish him off. And right now, Lemon Dogs just running on through him. Play Park losing that previous rifle round, extremely detrimental, but it is the buy round yet again. We have the AWP in server. It's time to see if they can get anything going on their side.
They've got a bit of time to do so, and the big green being brought out. That could change the tides here. Lemon Dogs, they've got one as well. All the way case to back it up. Lemon Dogs They're shaping up for an A attack yet again. They've been very keen on that the entire way through, and it seems like the smokes at least are an indication. A mid-pinch coming through as well. That option missed, and he returns one quick to the brain. If you go on think quick enough, Adam also makes Logan fall. Then the other Logan, V2, gets a return on Adam. Revenges his brother, but it's still not looking great for PlayPark. This double is stacked on mid, though. That's going to do some damage. The M4 not landing the second spray.
Yeah, but Logan there to find the refrag, brings it down to the 2 versus 2, and just like that, this is doable by PlayPark. They absolutely need to win this round, though, and I'm not sure they know where Calf is. He's over here towards CT. Not much for information for them to work off of. It does look like there's a little bit of information, and Logan V2 able to find one onto Calf. Just like that, Susp, last man standing, in PlayPark really have a way to get a foothold going. They definitely need to try and get this. There should be some information. They should peek from Cap, but it doesn't look like it's going to come off through. They're going to try and play this in a 2 versus 2 retake. Something to note, though, Logan, being as low as he is, won't be able to get too much done. He'll be looking for a little bit of information to feed to Viper. It's been really their top frag of the server when it does come to the side of PlayPark. So we'll see if we can be able to pull anything out here, or if this will be a tale of another Lemondogs round.
It's all up to Sus, and he needs to take down 2. They're slowly checking every single angle, but that also is costing them time on site because there's still so many angles to be checked. Here, there they go. Viper falls, and then all of a sudden, you've got 14 HP. A bullet to the brain will do the job. Logan, make sure to place it right in between the eyes.
No.
He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have a kit. He saves the AWP, and he runs away.
Will he even survive this at 1 HP? It's looking a little bit risky. He will be able to get away, but another round for Lemondogs. Such a shame when it does come from PlayPark. They absolutely need that round. They don't have the econ to work with yet again, and Lemondogs just rolling all over the side of PlayPark right now.
It's time for PlayPark to put in a dent. They've gone up, then that's all. They need to make it work. Some little brothers of the up, some Deagles coming through as well, which has worked for the only round that they do have on the board. Logan
no.
Oh no, he falls directly, puts himself into such an aggressive position. No backup, no nothing. He falls on that up. Unrecoverable.
Berserk able to find one spots, but the trade coming on through. Now Subs looking to do a little bit more. Not going to be allowed. Peeks on through Khan. Not able to find anything. Just like that, the A site looking to be converted yet again. It's all down to Logan and the man of Viper. One man that seems to survive it all. Will be capped on out, and now Logan looking for one. Should be able to find this offer, but oh no, that's a shame.
This is just adding insult to injury. That is not being able to get the AWP out of the hands. Sure, they would have picked up the AWP, but basically they would have had an AK less to deal with. And that's the way PlayPark are going to have to somehow find a way back, is to destroy that economy from Lemondogs the way theirs has been destroyed as well. And Lemondogs, they're shaping up for another A pinch with a little bit of a noise being made towards B.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a one-way over towards Connector, as well as the AWP over here in Sniper. The Snipers needs to really be able to pop on off, but Bajork being capped out, down to 42 HP, not going to be allowing him to do too much. And Logan helping Logan get that kill on Zealous. Makes it really known that, hey, we're trying to control this A side a bit more. This has been our kryptonite thus far. But now that we got our rifles, it's time to get things going. We absolutely need to start converting rounds. But Adam saying no thank you and goodbye to the 2 on site.
Subs right into the belly of the beast, and Adam slurps him down. This is looking like another round for Lemondogs. 3 on 4. They're slowly making progress. Lemondogs, they've still not decided on the side, and I like that. Viper, he makes sure that 2-foot fall, though, and all of a sudden, this is pulled back in favor of PlayPark. They need to find another one. Sus, oh, that's going to be dangerous.
Whoa.
That's going to be difficult now. A 1v2 established. Lemondogs, certainly the favorite.
Yeah, Lemondogs favored into the round. They've been the favorite through this matchups thus far. Look at this. 8-1. They've converted the half into their favor and not let PlayPark really get anything going. PlayPark was able to win that second round, but after that, it's been looking catastrophic. Of course, now Logan, last man standing, 100 HP, does find one, leaves it down to Susp and him to try and duel it out. Now Susp looking to take the fight over here towards apartment. The first shot coming off through, and the spray down being connected, and oh, such a close duel.
That one duel was almost a 1v2. It wasn't likely for Logan, but as soon as you're in that 1v1 position, 100 versus 100 HP, you want to pull through, and it feels like a failure at that point when you haven't, especially the position that PlayPark are in. They need to scrape out every single round they can get, and falling yet another time here. Logan, oh no, he needs to be careful with this peek. He pops a few heads to Adam B and gets down to the ground quickly. He's still peeking through. He's daring.
He is daring. He's looking to take another angle, get some tags on up, and get tags back. Now, this is a very... They're not sure what's going on here, but the op saying hello to the other Logan does find him, but Logan able to finish him off. Brings him down to a 4 versus 3. Now the Deagle from Berserk not going to be allowed to do too much as Calf finds him out, and Zelos, he knows where he is, finds out the head, but the spray's a miss. That's worst case scenario. As Viper does turn around, Logan able to find out one as well. And just like that, Susp, last man standing, 1 versus 3, and PlayPark Esports finally in the driver's seat here in a round.
Let's hope for them that they do pull through in the end. They've got bomb. They've got 3 people guarding it, or at least an orb. But that one orb missing, they need to be careful. Okay, that's the op short. Sus at least knows where they are, and he can retrieve the bomb. Chance to get A site is very limited, so you might just pull on through. An 8 on the top as well, 60 HP. Against an op is not going to matter, but they've also got 2 M4s they want to work with. Sus just waiting and how he wants to find an entry, but PlayPark, smart. They're being patient.
This is very, very risky here for Sus. Looking for the first, sees the Opera, not able to find the duel just yet. Gomalia out of position to try and get him to relocate. Jumps on out a window, but of course Viper waiting below, gonna finish him off, and that will be a second round. Finally picked up by PlayPark. Now with a little bit of momentum, they certainly need to keep this, capitalize on it and keep it going. But for the time being, let's see if Lemondogs with the second buy round coming on through, be able to finish them off.
Here's the thing, right? You look at the economy, you look at the money behind Lemondogs. This is almost their last buy. They'll be able to scrape out another one in the round coming after this if they do lose. But it's not going to be a comfortable one. $0 on Zelos, and he's already down to 71 HP. And now all the way down to 0. Logan getting rid of him with that MP9.
The MP9 gonna need to start things off for him. But for the time being, but Jerk able to find that first on Adam. Brings it down to that 3 versus 4. Shots coming on through from Sus, able to find out one. Of course, Calf making his way through Connector over towards Jungle now, able to find one of his own. Hemska gonna be finished off. Logan finds one more, and just like that, PlayPark Esports are in the driver's seat, and they have the money to work with finally.
And they tally another one onto that lovely scoreboard. And you see right here already, Lemondogs they are going for a buy, but it's not a proper one. It is very shaky. 2 without head armor, and then against them 4s. That's not really the thing that you want to see. Lemondogs, they're also pushed back a little bit, but still, they've already got 9. They'd be fine to just close out this entire half like this.
Yeah, no, they're very comfortable now. They want to try and stop any aggression coming on through from PlayPark. But look at Logan here, playing aggressive. Does peek on through the smoke, able to find one out on the Sus. Bit of a cheeky shot there, turning into Stewie for a bit. But now down to the 4 versus 5. The man advantage going the way PlayPark. Things could start to tumble into their direction. And the thing is, you don't want them to have too much momentum coming on through into the second half, because PlayPark could start to turn the tables on Lemondogs if Lemondogs isn't too careful about how they play this.
It seems like PlayPark have got it all under control. Zelos, he's able to return a kill there. 2 on 4. Technically still possible. The way that Lemondogs were falling, there is some info. Hemsk and Zelos, the one they need to pull through for their team. This half has already been dominated by Lemondogs. This would just be a bonus, basically. Anything they get from here on out, or even 2 rounds ago, was kind of a bonus to their half, and Hemsky falls, Zubs the one to do it. And Zelos putting him in an impossible position, at least drops the first one.
First one being dropped. Zelos, of course, stuck on the B side, all alone. The retake looking to become underway. And Berserk already in position with this AWP. Smokes, flashes being popped, allowing him to start to make a little bit of movement, trying to get into a better position. But of course, in this 1 versus 3, 2 AKs and an op to deal with, He's in a very risky situation. Finds the first one. His position's now known. Trying to relocate. Not going to be allowed as Bajark will finish him off. And that will be PlayPark Esports putting up that 4th round onto the board.
Still a close position there. Zelos being able to get the gun out from one of them. It's not really going to matter unless Lemon Dogs can win this round, and then sure they will face a worse buy from PlayPark. But Lemon Dogs, their momentum has been crushed. There's 3 in a row now for PlayPark. At least they're starting to find some avenues that work, and then you're going to switch sides. So a little bit too late. Calf's going to go aggressive with that Mac 10. He sees nades falling all around him, but if you just run past them, they're not going to hurt you.
Another smoke coming on through from Calf, looking for a little bit of momentum now, trying to make the jump. Oh, that was so close to finding Logan there in jungle, but no dice on that one. Now Viper hanging out over here, not going to be allowed to do too much. Logan able to find one through the molly. That will be a 3 versus 3 put on down, and the retake to come on through from PlayPark.
There they go. Catching up on Kitchen yet again, but this time they've got a flank in from short. 3 players to defend this site for Lemon Dogs. It would be a big round for them and make them very comfortable. They fall left, right, and center. Lemon Dogs, they take home another round.
That right there is that momentum halted for PlayPark for the time being. There's a bit of a buy round to come through, kind of forced on up. Not much money to work with. The French FAMAS, the A1S coming on through. Lots of FAMASs, in fact, and of course the Dig to come out as well. That's PlayPark's playbook for the time being. Hopefully they'll be able to make something work with it, but for the time being, Lemon Dogs, they certainly are in the driver's seat.
And they're going to flush out onto mid quickly, try and dominate that. That's been a strat of them the entire time, and Adam B, they make it work the entire time as well. That's the main problem. They do it, but they always say, well, it isn't broken, don't change it. It seems to be broken apart a little bit here, or at least getting torn apart by Logan sitting in the midfield. There's still that up there, Hems. He surely is going to fall soon. He knows where they are. Doesn't get the first shot. Now he's in a very tough position. But Sus, the reinforcement arrived. They get a flank on short.
Yeah, the small top. Wait a second. There's a bit of a reversal going on there. T tossing the molly over there to boxes from snipers. Rather interesting. Wow. But Lemon Dogs certainly going to be able to win that one out. That'll be an 11-4 scoreline there at the half. Lemon Dogs certainly running through it.
11-4 on that T side. Good luck, PlayPark, to try and come back from this one. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rocky road, or you're gonna have to walk on anyway. No matter how hot the coals are, your feet might be burning. You just have to try anyway.
Yeah, you certainly do have to try and pull things through here. Of course, it is the pistol round underway yet again, and PlayPark now looking to get this T side going. Sus able to find a dink though. That's gonna be Jerk eliminate. Now Logan's trying to make a little bit of movement, looking to get himself out onto site. Trades going back and forth though. Adam and Sus able to find one each. Logan able to find the trade, but just like that, all down to Zubs. Needs to find himself a 4K, but won't be allowed. Him's gonna finish him off, and that will be yet another round going the way of Lemon Dogs as they look to try and close out this matchup.
I don't want to call anything early, but that pistol round not being pulled through by PlayPark puts them in a next to impossible position where they're going to have to tally on, they're going to have to string together a ton of rounds all in a row against a team that's been dominating them thus far. It's not unheard of. It's happened before, but still, good luck doing so.
Yeah, it is a good luck. But man, Lemon Dogs, absolute devastation coming up from them, not allowing PlayPark too much into it. We did see the reversal into the first half there into the second round, but we might see that again here. Of course, it's a similar buy. We do have PlayPark back on the Deagles SSG combo here in the second. If they do want to try and get things going, this is the round to do so. They can bring back that earlier first round that they had during that first half. But, of course, only time can tell. Now the round is back underway. Lemon Dogs still looking to dominate.
They're going to have to force buy on PlayPark. They know it. And they're going to try the Deagle strat, the one that landed them the first round. Why not try it again, but this time on that T side? I'm going to be taking it slow. Lemon Dogs obviously going to be patient on that CT. Actually, Zelos, he's looking to push through at least a little bit up into Abs. A Lobinade over the top. And oh no, every single player that falls already on the side of Play Park feels like a tragedy.
It really does, but of course, still early days into the round. We've still got plenty of players and plenty of time to work with if you are looking at Play Park, and they're still trying to find themselves any hint of aggression to come out from Lemon Dog so they can punish. For the time being, no one wanted to play over the line too far, but for the time being, there's not much to work with.
Play Park are going to need to find something. That's a close peek, then
That's
in the end, Logan does get dropped. That was almost a sneaky way through. Was able to avoid short at least.
Down to a 3 versus 2 already. Lemon Dog still looking to clean up this round. Play Park starting to make a little bit of noise, starting to make a little bit of aggression. There's not much that they can work with just yet. Zubs starting to get it going. Okay. Logan able to find one as well. Start to turn the tide. Of course, this H1... Oh, no. Oh, their guy. The trade's coming on quickly through. Play Park able to even the odds a little bit further, but the plant is denied. And Viper, yet again, last man standing will be dealt with. Zelos to clean him up, and at 13th on the board by Lemon Dogs. I got a little bit closer than I anticipated there in the final few seconds, but it does get cleaned up.
Zelos even landing this spray through the smokes to deny the bomb plan is insult to injury yet again. Play Park, they are not getting any luck at the draw here. They're just, every single time they come up empty, they do have a player to deal with on lower, as there is another one in tunnels to back it up. This midfield presence is ridiculous.
A lot of damage coming on through. Of course, just the Glocks to work with on the side of Play Park, the Solitary Deagle on Bajirk. And Viper able to find one out there in the smoke on the Calf. Shots coming on through though. Zelos and Adam able to clean it up as Suts comes up through underpass to find the final on the Viper. And that's 14 on the board. Now 1 away from match point. Looking to finish it out. Play Park certainly haven't had a good time today.
And good luck stringing 10 rounds together, all in a row to tie it up with Lemon Dogs. I do have a bonus round here on the side of Lemon Dogs, and 2 MP and 9s are being pulled off. All AKs on the other end, as they have to make something work. At this point, I'm not even too sure what, because Cappy's just pushed up close on aggressor with that MP9, only gets 1. But still, a good trade.
Yeah, that is a good trade. Eliminating one, the Loganson. The second Logan being tagged down fairly low, down to 12. Himska looking to reaggress up there through apps to get the information. But for the time being, it's looking like the A side is the side of contention. And Adam looking to take the fight over here in Sandwich. And shots coming on through. Adam able to find one to Zuz before he does get dealt with by Logan. Now, the shots looking to come through the smoke. Nothing connecting for the time being. Logan tagged down ever so low still. But the shots coming on through from Lemon Dogs are clean, leaving Bajark last man standing. 1 versus 2, doable situation, but the double peak comes on through. Lemon Dogs to clean up number 15, and now 1 away from ending up this match.
These are both 1-0 teams in the league. For Lemon Dogs to dominate this ridiculously hard must scare frightening vibes into the rest of the bones of everybody else in this league. Play Park get it handed to them and get dealt with rather easily the past couple of rounds, and well, it seems like the start of this one is the same story. 2 down already, both Logans gone as the Lemon Dogs. It's a 4-on-2, and they're on match point still.
Yeah, the match point looking to be the end of it. Of course, Zubs and Viper, the last 2 men staying. They do have rifles to work with in hand. They're both in palace, but the Mollies are being quite nicely at delaying any presence from being shown. But the shots start to come on through. The CTs have their number, and Calf looking to flee them both up. Finds the 2 heads, and that will be the GGs coming on through the chats. And 16-4. Lemon Dogs showing absolute domination throughout that entire matchup, not letting Play Park get much underway at all.
They barely even played. They got 4 rounds. They bonus rounds. They got a few there at the end of their CT half, but going into that T half already with 11-4 score. Are you really that motivated still? You've been handed to it every single time. To come back mentally and to try again, that's already an obstacle.
Yeah, that was really rough to see coming out of Play Park, but of course that is match number 1 of the day, all that carried on through, but we do have 3 more coming on up. Our next one will be X Gamer versus Goodfellas. Should be a good one. That'll be at about 10 minutes if I'm not mistaken, so don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a drink, and we'll be back shortly. Interview. Oh, my bad. We do have an interview to come on through. I wasn't aware of that. That is my bad.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? It's always bait people out a little bit, right?
Of course.
That's the name of the game in CSGO. You got to bait them out, see whether they buy in. Probably a lot of people bit. And if you want to see the interview, stick around for a little bit longer. We do have somebody coming in from Lemon Dogs. I hope it's from Lemon Dogs.
Yeah, I certainly do. It would be a bit of a interesting interview if we did talk. It would be mostly a conversation of mentality coming out if we are looking at Play Park. If one of the Play Park boys was coming on through to do the interview, we'd be asking about their mentality coming in that second half, seeing if there was a way for them to revive that, or if that is to see if that was the main issue. And during that second half, if they were going to try and make that comeback, because of course that plays a huge part into it. So I mean, it would be an interesting interview, but Lemon Dogs certainly are going to have something to say about that one, about the absolute domination of the previous season as well as into this season now.
Yeah, their domination is already established. Last week, they were off to a bit of it was a closer match, so for this one to be dealt with rather easily must spring more confidence into them. But, you know, we can talk all we want. We can assume all we want. I just really... First of all, wonder who's going to come in here. The IGL, I assume. But, you know, you never know.
Yeah, you never know who you're you never know who you're going to get until it does come on through. Of course, we're still waiting on him to show up, or whoever it is to get set up on into our feed. So it'll be just a few more moments, and I apologize for the wait. But that was a hefty match to come on through from Lemon Dogs. Hopefully, Play Park will have a better mentality or a mentality shift when it does come to their next matchup into the league. Of course, that'll be coming on through. I'm not sure when that is just yet, but hopefully it'll be a bit nicer when it does come to through.
This match was... Maybe it wasn't their map. Maybe they did not want Mirage. Maybe they wanted a different one, or Lemon Dogs feel way too comfortable and they didn't properly do their homework. Because we did speak to Lemon Dogs previously, and they said you need to be able to play your own game. You want to force them to adapt to your game plan. You just play the way you want to play, because you do not have enough time to adapt to every single different factor, every single different team, because they might not go with that strat, or they might do something different. You need to focus on your own game first, and I think Lemon Dogs did a good job of that.
Yeah, and it's been interesting, but we do have the MVP of that matchup on the page now. If you look at that, Susp, absolutely devastating coming out from him. Look at that, 24-12 with an ADR of 126. He was showing up all throughout that matchup on the CT and T side, saying hello, goodbye to each of the players from the side of Play Park.
And wow, 2 KD. That's ridiculous. He was often in a position to flank Bakri. For example, that play on short where his teammate in mid was in a terrible position. He was getting flanked from every single direction. He was getting pushed. He was dead in the water. And then Sus came in. Sure, his teammate still fell, but he used them as a bait. It was a worthy sacrifice, because in the end, Sus was able to clutch out that round. That was the one with the molly over the top of mid. Great player, and he really pulled through today for Lemon Dogs.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. We saw some stuff coming out from the players on Play Park. There was one player in particular, Viper, that was just that was absolutely showing up, doing what he needed to do, but his team wasn't there to support him during the first few rounds. There was certainly a bit of star potential to come out from him, but it just wasn't enough for him to pull out for the rest of his team, which is rather unfortunate.
Sometimes it do be like that. Play Park, they're going to have to try again next week. That's the beautiful thing about the league, right? You've got a good start, and then the second week is a bit of a downturn. But just like the economy, at some point you'll bounce back, or at least that's what we all hope.
Yeah, certainly that is what we hope. I do want to see Play Park have some successful matches come on through. Of course, Lemon Dogs are a very strong team in this league. They were able to win out the previous season. So coming into this one, they have a high mentality when it does come to playing in this league. And Play Park, I think they're newer. I don't think I saw them in the previous seasons. So I'm pretty sure these guys are just looking to get their feet wet, looking to get things going. So I'm hoping we see some more come on through.
It's all about slowly easing your way, calming the nerves. I think that first week is always a bit tougher. So we do have somebody in here, and it is a mystery person. But welcome, mystery person. We have not been told who exactly. Oh my, okay, that does seem very mysterious.
That is very mysterious. How's it going?
I agree. I am sorry. Am I the only one who's not able to hear him?
I can't hear him.
Ah, okay. This is great.
This
great
is great
stuff.
Oh man.
Right, do you speak sign language, perhaps? I don't. So even if you do, then
I don't. I mean, if it's American Sign Language, I speak a little bit, but I have a feeling you guys don't do ASL over in Sweden, so I'm not sure what to tell you.
They had such a great opportunity though to just and he's gone again. He's off. He's booted. You don't talk to us. You're out. Hey, we're harsh over here. You mess up once, you're cut.
I wasn't sure what to do here. I was sort of just like, well.
Beautiful interview though. I've never gotten this much information out of a player because look, let's look at his facial impression, and his facial impression the entire way through was confusion, probably confused as to how they dominated that match the entire way through.
It was an impression of, what are the guys saying? I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Well,
you know what? that interview isn't looking too likely. How about we just throw it to a break, see whether we can actually get him into whether we can give him a voice. But before that, we're just going to throw it to a quick little break, see whether we can get him back. We shall see you back in a little bit.
Up with the thoughts in your mind, they're everywhere, and it's hard for me to bear, 'cause I get so lost, feel just like a boomerang, 'cause you change your plans every day, and you don't seem to care what I think or how it affects me. Since I laid my eyes on you, my baby, I just wanna make your dreams come true, my lady. If you're low, I'll lift you up. Just let me know when shit gets tough. Do you feel the way I do, my baby? Do you see me like I see you, my lady? I love you, but I don't need you. I only want true love, true love, true love. what's on my mind. Yeah, yeah. Since I laid my eyes on you, my baby, I just wanna make your dreams come true, my lady. If you're low, I lift you up. Just let me know when shit gets tough. Do you feel the way I do, my baby? Do you see me like I see you, my lady? I love you, but I don't need you. I only want true love, true love, true love is what I want, my baby. Like I see you, you see me. That's the only way to be right. True love, true love is what I need, my baby. Like I see you, you see me. That's the only way to be right. True love is what I need, my baby. Like I see you, you see me. That's the only way to be right.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back into Prime League. Here we are in week 2, coming into match number 2 of the day here for the Swedish League. We did have a bit of a blowout match there in our first one, going the way of Lemendog, 16-4. Play Park really not able to get things going there, unfortunately, during their CT half, but we're into the second one and hopefully a better matchup to boot. We've got X Gamer versus Goodfellas just to get us on going here in match number 2. This should be rather nice. And yet again, I'm joined by Hive. How you doing, babe?
Oh, already reaching the babe phase. Hello. Okay, I do love that. Now I'm doing even better, mate. I'm doing phenomenal. And this second match, this is going to be the start of X Gamer. If they have a good showing, we might just be able to get them back, or they'll probably more than likely be back later today since they're on the schedule. So I think this first matchup is a way for them to show how strong they really are.
Yeah, of course. They haven't played a match just yet. They're a new team into this league as well. But X Gamer, they are playing 2 matches today. And like I was saying earlier before the first match started, we're going to be looking at that mentality coming up from this first match from X Gamer to see if they're going to be able to follow through during their second match, which is our 4th match of the day. So, of course, they're playing Goodfellas now, and later they'll be playing Extra Esports. So, both these matches kind of depend on this first one to see how their mentality does shake through the entire 2 matchups. So hopefully they'll be able to show us something nice, and they won't get tilted, and they'll be able to have a good mentality to get things to allow them to carry on through.
Well, these Goodfellas last week had an incredibly close affair. 16-13 around that mark is where that game ended. And unfortunately for them, that was a loss. So they're going to have to regain this week again. That's a beautiful thing. And again, if you have a good start, if you have a bad start, you can shake it off. You're going into a fresh new week, fresh new chances. And especially against X Gamer, who might still have that nerve to them since it's their first time on the stream and first game in the league, you want to show up. There could be certain implications.
Yeah, there certainly is. There might be a little bit more of a bit more jitters when it does come down to it, but hopefully we'll see some good stuff come on through from the side of X Gamer. But of course, we do need to see Goodfellas show up as well. We want this to be quite a bit closer than the previous match was. Of course, that one, the last one being a 16-4 affair, and it was just an absolute devastation coming out from Lemondogs. But coming into this one, I'm hoping for something a little bit closer. I'm not sure what the map is just yet, and that could determine quite a bit. But it's Overpass, thank you for that. And Overpass, it's a little bit more of a technical map when it does come down to it. Mirage, you can play a little bit more puggy. But when you're coming into Overpass, there are some of these set strategies that are the default when it does come down to it. So you're going to be seeing some monster rushes, you're going to be seeing some A-site executes come on through, as well as those B-sites come on through as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing some good technical Counter-Strike to come on through from both sides.
I really want to see that. I want to see people win on brain power, have some good flanking going on, being able to read where your opponents are and infiltrate behind the back lines. Goodfellas, they've already have a week under their belt. X Gamer, still, that could be a problem. It's their first time, and well, the knife round already not looking too great for the blue side.
Yeah, that's rather unfortunate there. That does look to be going the way of X Gamer. If the HUD is to be believed, they'll be picking up the CT side. Most likely, this is a bit of a CT-sided map when it does come down to it. So hopefully, they'll have a little bit to work with coming on into it. And this should be a bit of a tight matchup to get things going.
Can we get a consensus on how to pronounce Are we really gonna say
Can we just call him Triple N?
Isn't that something with no November?
I don't think we can say that on stream, but it could be. But I suppose we'll just call him or just call him N. I'm not sure what we're allowed to do here. So it's a bit of a...
Triple N seems good.
Triple N seems good. I thought it had a nice ring to it. I don't know if he likes it, but we'll find out one way or
Oh,
another.
look at this, though.
Sabri's gonna be able to find out one. Oh no. Okay, that's another name we know. Need another consistent one. But Ahoy starting to make his way on up towards A, over towards bathrooms. Passive Opper looking to maybe find one here if he can catch him off guard. Will spot off the head. Not going to try and tap it off just yet. Waiting for him to make a little bit of movement. Ahoy starting to make his way on through. Of course, he's seeing if anyone else is going to come on through, but no one does. That's going to allow him to find one. And the refrag from Trek is to find him on out. AB eliminated, and just like that, passive last man standing in a 1 versus 3 up towards the A site, trying to make his way through Khan. There's not much he can do here. Maybe looking for a little bit of information. Does spot him on out. I don't know that's wall bangable with the USPS, but he's certainly going for it.
Yeah, he's trying. He wants to believe. He almost spoke it into existence, but this is just a death trap. You go into water, but they're still pushing out. If he can somehow, some way. No, he can't. I don't even need to finish that sentence. Good that I stretch it, because it was impeding doom that he was running into.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there coming on through from him. Of course, that'll be the first round going towards Goodfellas, as they were kind of able to dominate there. Did get down rather close there at the end, but of course the Deeg SSG combo now they come through from the side of X Gamer. Of course, Goodfellas, they got the AKs, they got the Galils and the MAC-10s to work with. This should be their second round, but we have seen the reversal come on through. Let's see if we'll see that again.
Seems like they're stacking up on Deagles and a Scout, and that's the standard. Goodfellas. They've only got one MAC-10, and then it seems like they also read that X Gamer's more than likely to go for some sort of buy as well as Abba. He's looking for this connector opening, or no, actually just posing up to have a B defense. Goodfellas. They just want to clear out connector and move on to A, or at least everybody else is there. As Abba still say, but he can't peek his head over.
Yeah, not wanting to peek too far just yet. Of course, these Deagles are extremely deadly, especially on the CT side. They're just playing these passive angles, looking to deal the damage. But passive upper with the SSG, we don't know what he's going to be looking like to do this, but a bit of an interesting util throw. For a minute there, I thought he was trying to smoke something, but of course, he's dropping that over to his teammates so they can get a proper execute onto the site. Smoke's now flying through the air, flashes to look to help them out, and passive upper saying hello and goodbye to the player of Hexy. Things not working out too great for him as he is capped on out through that SSG for the time being. That's going to slow down the side of Goodfellas and allow XGamer to get a little bit of aggression on through as well.
Oh, that flank from behind could be big. Passive, he's still sitting in the corner, and that flank already held with, but there's still one coming through long with a Galil. I have to check this angle. Trek he's not doing that, and neither is the player on truck. Yep, there they go. They fall by the bunches of Puffs, having a phenomenal flank, and also Larva bound to be falling soon if he isn't careful with his life. This spray needs to be perfect. It isn't an XGamer. They sneak away the round.
Yeah, a second round conversion coming on through from XGamer, able to use those Deagles and SSG up to great effect, allow them to carry over 2 AKs into the next round. And just like that, the advantage that Goodfellas had from that pistol round win has been lost, and XGamer now are in the driver's seat, and they have the money to boot. 2 AKs carried over, they're going to have the AWP already, as well as the A1S set up in full util. And just like that, things are going to be dicey for Goodfellas right out of the gate.
Deciding to not even go for Deagles, not even try and sneak that round back. They've accepted that it's been snagged out of their hands, and they're going to find that back later, or at least they hope so. XGamer is going to pose up carefully. No, actually, that's a triple block you still need to be wary of. He takes down one with that USP, but is that really worth it to make a stand for that? Now they're falling onto the bullets of the Puffs, and they all go down to the dust.
That's Goodfellas being done, dusted, and eliminated. Only able to find 1 kill into that. That's passive opera eliminated. Of course, losing that op gonna be rather hefty. And beautiful shots coming up from Puffs there. Absolutely eliminating quite a few. We'll see an up rebot on up. Not really a glass cannon B. Doesn't have headgear to work with. And just like that, Goodfellas now are in the seas, where they could start to get things coming back and get a bit of a rebound. Not allow Goodfellas to get XGamer to get too much of an advantage.
Seems like they're going quick. Smoking off. Ooh, okay, yeah, you push through and then you fall to the up. Trekkers want to bite that bullet. Takes one for the team there, as they do back down with that up and don't want to overstay their welcome. Still, that's water control given up. Ayo to pick a battle out on long. Up knows better and indeed backs off. Smart play. You don't want to give away this advantage.
It is. Of course, Trekkies being eliminated there in the early game. That's XGamer going to be allowed to maybe abuse a little bit of information. And oh, no miss, not missing. Going to be able to find out Larva. Just like that, 3 versus 5 remains. XGamer in the driver's seat. Goodfellas, they need to use this round, and they need to try and win this round because this is the full buy-up. Buying down to 0, but no miss, not missing. Finds 1, does get eliminated, but Triple N doing the triple threat. Finds the first and looking for the second. Needs to reload. Hexy tag down low, gets away, but XGamer to clean up the round and a third on the board. Not allowing Goodfellas to tie up there in the 4th.
Goodfellas. Now in a tough position. I'm going to have to go for an awkward buy here. At least a semi one. They're buying some Deagles and Tech 9, see whether they can make that work. But I feel like they're sometimes faking out themselves, where they smoke off a molly, seemingly, hey, we're going to push through directly. And they send one player in, they fall to an up, and they don't peek it. That's it. That's that. Ooh, a passive. Needs to be careful. That's aggressive, and he falls directly. Larva. That's a massive battle won there, but they probably won't be able to retrieve it that easily. They do push through connector as well. Up-ups. That's a possibility. Molly's it. Still party available, and they're running through the molly. He needs to be careful. Up-ups holding up this reinforcement. That's a big one. Up taken care of now in the hands, and Up falls.
Oh, Lord, that is extremely unfortunate from the side of Goodfellas. Of course, Larva now with up in hand, showing up and saying hello. Able to find himself a second, bring it down to a 1 versus 2. He's not exactly aware of where all these players are. He doesn't have the bomb in hand either. He's going to go claim that real quick. Maybe try and take it towards B. He's got to be careful and try and find out a little bit of information.
At this point, there's not really much else to do. You've gotten up, no armor. Either you throw it away or you save. I don't really think you attempt this and give the ult back. And it seems like he still wants to try his luck, still wants to pull off the 1v2. Scopes in everywhere. This is so dangerous, and I can't really see a good ending to this unless he somehow snuck through unnoticed and nobody actually knows that he's coming onto B. But surely somebody is watching this. Surely somebody is paying attention to the possibility that he might just be on B. A tiny sound cue by No Miss. Does Larva hear it? There's going to be combat opening against No Miss here. This has to be a hit. He falls and they get back the up. I'd say that's a bit daring there.
That is extremely unfortunate. He did have a chance into it, but playing up close to that op is always rather difficult, not able to find the shot. But of course, it is a buy round to come back on through from Goodfellas. They do have AKs as well as up in hand. Larva looking to try and recreate a bit of success they had in that previous round. And something I do want to note is that Passive Opera keeps playing that angle, but he doesn't play with a smoke. I'd rather him throw that default smoke to smoke that off to allow him to have a little bit of extra cover to allow him to get away. That's what he got punished by through that previous round. And right now, him backing off, not trying to take that angle, is in his best interest. He really needs to throw that smoke a little bit more.
Even though they will know it's a default smoke, they know exactly where he's going to be. It's still, they're going to have to somewhat guess as to the exact location. You play a bit too vulnerable playing with fire, as the molly does get thrown as well, quickly smoked off by Upovs, but still want to see whether it's spread. Could have pulled the trigger on that early. Surely they know that Upovs, at least in this general direction. Oh, obviously with that smoke. Oh no, that's a nice peek from Upovs, catching off Exy.
Exy being eliminated there. Of course, he's not been able to do too much just yet, but Upov saying hello. Get into a better position to take this fight. Knows Ahoy's probably on him, but Upov's not ready for it, not expecting it. Will be capped on out as No Miss doesn't miss. Just like that, 2 versus 4 remains. Trixie still looking to do a little bit more, finds one and No Miss. Now, still looking to try and reclaim this bomb and possibly get it towards this B side.
Triple N is in a dangerous position, right in between, and could do massive damage if he picks the right timing. No, he doesn't. Trekius takes him out, and all of a sudden, Passive also trades with a Larva. They won't be able to retrieve that bomb. Passive just gonna guard it with that up. Puck runs out either way, and Goodfellas, all they can do is hold on dearly to this AK as it will be their only memorabilia. That's not a word. That is certainly not a word, but that's the only thing they can hold on to.
Yeah, that is the only thing that can really hold on into this one. A single AK to work with for the side of Goodfellas, and it is on Trixie. He has been the one to show up for his team, and he needs to show up again. It's going to peek on through, finds one, continues to spray, but nothing being connected as he does get found out by No Miss, looking for a little bit more. Tags down 2, but also gets tagged down in the process. That smoke to slow him down, and HE to follow through if anyone pushed close. But for the time being, no one taking any more aggression, looking to back on off, looking to carry that AK into another site, possibly looking to go towards A. They do have the bomb and the players to work with. The thing they could work with, of course, is No Miss being tagged down. If they can find him out to bring it back into their bench and pick up another rifle, that could really work into their favor.
And that AK needs to be a hero. They're all going to flush out over along. Hopefully for them, they can stay unspotted the longest time, but Passive is waiting there. And of course, a player called Passive Opera is going to be passive and is going to be patiently waiting on your arrival. They're going to peek over with the AK. This is not a favorable battle unless you all of a sudden pull through, then anything is favorable. But that all peeking through, they at least know the game plan out of Goodfellas, and surely They're going to stack back up to A side. They quickly need to pull the trigger on this. That's Coleman opening for you. Exy taken down. Can he put more in the dirt? Yes, he can. Get some breeze down there as well. 6 feet under as Ao is fighting for his life. Larva, where's the reinforcement? Gets one. Ao also returns one, but then they do get taken out finally by X-Gamer.
Oh, man, that was a highly contested round. Goodfellas, they had a chance into it, but it wasn't allowed. Passive Op are saying hello and goodbye to 2 players there in quick succession. The Op showing up and absolutely doing devastating work, putting the 6 on the board for X-Gamer on their CT side. And now Goodfellas, in with the full buy round, need to do more if they want to really try and convert this half into their favor.
Sure, 6-1 is not the end of the world, but it is getting out of hand, and they're also doing some damage here and there. At least if they do win a round, it's still going to be tough for X-Gamer to rebuy. They do have enough money for now on Upovs and Passive, but apart from that, there's not much money to play around with. Goodfellas, I'd say this round is crucial to at least do massive damage as much as you can, and they want that long control yet again. Up, flashed in. He surely he's taken out. Ao easily gets rid of him.
Oh, good shots coming on through. Passive Opera able to find 2. Gonna be nice for the elimination, but Abel gonna be eliminated there by Trixie. That's gonna be a bit of a detriment. He was flashed out, trying to turn in time to save himself, but wasn't able to really get around the corner. Just like that, it's down to the 3 versus 2 and Goodfellas in the driver's seat here. Needs to capitalize off of it, but no miss. Not missing, saying hello and goodbye to Seabreeze. More shots to come on through, and the bomb going to be dropped. The Molotov to weed it out. And now Larva, last man standing. He had some good offing in the previous round, but for the time being, not allowed to do too much more. Luck showing up, saying hello and goodbye. And just like that, it's down to the Op versus Op, and the AK being picked on up.
Well, he's going to go to B. He wants to risk it. He wants to test his legs and see whether he can reach it. It seems to be the case. And then all of a sudden, Passive realizes, wait, this is not going to come onto A-Sub. You do need to be quickly plant that bomb. And he does get it in time from ceiling, or from heaven, rather. Jumping off the top ropes. Larva gets into a different position. Actually, no, he wants to test out Passive. He does get him. That 1v1. Won by Larva, and that's a crucial one.
Whew, Goodfellas, finally able to put a 2nd round on the board, an extremely important one at that. The clutch coming on through from Larva, allowing him to carry over that AK. Of course, no Op in hand now, and they are facing X-Gamer still, but of course, it is a bit of a lackluster buy. They're down to their final few bucks in their inventory. They do have some rifles to work with, but the FAMAS showing up in the server now as well.
Oh, this connector battle could be round deciding if Upov somehow is able to hold his stand against 2 players. No, he just runs on in right into the Galil. That's going to be a trade as well, surely. Going to take that M4 above a Galil and trying to push through, set forward the momentum they've just gained. The blood-hungry battalion pushing on through as it's going to be a B execute.
Yeah, this B execute coming up underway. Of course, X-Gamers in the back seat as Ahoy does find one, but Abel's throwing up, saying hello, as well as Triple N, and they bring it down to the 2 versus 1. Passive Opera over towards this A site, needs to relocate and get himself towards this site, looking for the first. If he sprays through that smoke, might be able to find him on out. But for the time being, ooh, he's in a very risky position, but they don't know where he is. Gonna spot the first on through. That is Hexy eliminated, and Passive Opera starting to make his way on through. Seabreeze doesn't know where he is either. There should be a little bit of noise being made now. This bomb tap coming on through, and Seabreeze to peek on through from Graffiti to finish him on through. That will be another round going the way of Goodfellas as they do start to show up in the server.
Smart position there by Seabreeze to sit in that position instead of going short and going through the way of Graffiti. Make sure that it's a bit of an off angle. You have it in your mind, but it's not necessarily your first go. Your first go would be either through short or somewhere on Monster, and well, Monster was already checked. So at that point, you're gonna have to worry about short buy round. Still for Goodfellas X-Gamer, they're gonna have a bit of time off here to to regain some money.
Yeah, there certainly is some time for Goodfellas to get things going. Of course, the USPS is coming on through. Not much for X-Gamer to work with. They're just looking for a little bit of damage. Taking long-range battles when they're facing off against that MAC-10 will be the best bet for them to do. Of course, they still got to deal with the AKs and the A1S that was carried over from the previous round. But this is the time for Goodfellas to really get the wind in their sails and start sailing forward as terms as the scoreboard does go. I'm surprised there is an X-Gamer relocating a little bit more quickly towards this B site. Only one player here to fight it out, and he has found the MAC-10 player. The bomb now being planted, and we should see a full 5 versus 4 retake come on through from X-Gamer.
With all pistols, they might as well attempt. They have a flash to play with. Maybe that one flash can flash everybody, and somehow they break through. It's not likely, but they're all flooding onto that one player as they eventually drop in, but still costly, incredibly costly. Also for the side of Goodfellas against 2 USP, dropping 2 guns. It's not the most favorable thing, but it's the trade you're willing to make for a round.
Oh, man, that was a good round to come on out through from Goodfellas. Of course, they were able to do what they needed to do to claim that 4th, but now X-Gamer are back in the seat saying, hello, we have our rifles as well, some utility to work with, and they're going to see us. They're going to start to see a little bit of presence of that already. That Molotov going to be smoked on out, allowing them to waste a little bit of utility, but the shots from Passive Alp are going to be clean as the double spray down does come on through. Not able to find himself a triple, though, as Ahoy does clean him on up, bringing it down to the 4 versus 3, but the man advantage back in the favor of X-Gamer as Seabreeze starts to make a little bit of movement.
Well, that's a good return by AO to at least give themselves a bigger chance to come back into this round. Time to play with plenty even. And 1 minute has not even passed. This battle is going to be important, won by Trekkies, and that also gives more information to through the situation of B, because if a player pushes out, surely there's still going to be one back, and Triple N, he's still there. It's going to be met with resistance, take down 1 with the bullet to the brain, and Triple N still in a strugglesome position. Has a smoke to buy some time. That short player not arriving just yet. Molly landing far back. Seabreeze, he still knows that this is a possibility. Triple N, how is he not in the flame? Finally,
no.
this flame spreads to him and he falls AO. Planting the bomb, this is big.
That is extremely unfortunate to see when you do coming out from Triple N, but now Abel, last man standing, 1 versus 2, needs to find them both. Doesn't have the information on him just yet, does find out 1, relocates, tosses a Molotov over towards construction. That's going to allow him to get a little bit more information, but unfortunately for him, Seabreeze over on the opposite end of the site, going to finish him off, and that will be the 5th going the way of Goodfellas. Now bringing it within 1, looking to tie it up here in the 12th. We do see X-Gamer on a bit of a detriment when it does come to Econ.
Goodfellas, the stringing of rounds, they are phenomenal at that. 4 in a row now as they almost rise to the same amount of rounds as X-Gamer. Theoretically, realistically, they should put on another round here. Goodfellas heavily in favor with all the AKs and all that they're playing with, and on the side of X-Gamer, they've got a few Deagles. Some one-tap machines, if it's in the right hands, as Passive, he's going to be the first one to maybe have some interaction indeed, but it was a very one-sided one.
Yeah, extremely one-sided come on through. No miss. Able to not miss with that Deagle. Does find the head out, and Passive Alpha eliminated. But the trades are clean, and for the time being, there's a lot of aggression coming out from X-Gamer. We're looking at No Miss playing aggressive over towards T now, but the bomb will be picked up by Goodfellas. They're going to relocate and look to possibly head towards A now that they know that the aggression is coming out from the B side.
Got time. How are they going to utilize it though? Goodfellas want to have some presence on long. A few bullets in the body of Upovs and quickly push on after him as well. Don't want to let him get away with that and bring that information back. Luckily for X-Gamer, they do have long distance comms as Abba puts a short distance bullet into AO. Could be big. Triple N. Oh, that's massive. Larva still drops him.
Yeah, Massive coming on out from the side of Goodfellas. Looking to do a little bit more as they do get the plant. No miss. Going to be playing the retake. Not going to be allowed to do too much as Hexy does eliminate him. Putting the scoreboard 6-6. Tied on up there in the 12th. Now coming into the 13th. We do have the bye round coming through from X Gamer. And it's going to be an interesting round to say the least. This one could determine quite a bit as we do head into the second half. Or look to go into the second half, rather. Now the rifle round underway.
Good fellas. They've been able to tie it up. This is a big round as they make a human pyramid there. Try and get a scope on over. Don't catch anyone out. No miss. He used that time to sneak up the playground. They don't check this. Oh no, he misses his spray or he starts spraying preemptively. Now they know his position. He can't back down. He's going to have to stand his ground. He will shortly fall thereafter.
Yeah, no miss falling there. Bit unfortunate as we do look to him to be one of the tops of the scoreboard for the side of X Gamer. But of course, Passive Up are still saying hello and goodbye as he does find one but does get refragged. As it brings it down to the 3 versus 4. X Gamer need to find their way back into the CT side because Goodfellas have the momentum to work with.
They're going to push through. And they're going to decide that they want a change of plans. Goodfellas, they've got 50 seconds to make up their mind. And Upovs, he's still so incredibly scary. He does so much damage. Yes, Passive has the better KD, or at least the better kills. Upovs, he's yet to get in a position where he can just backroot the entirety. That's one called out triple win. Gets dealt with rather handedly. They're still one on heaven, or at least they're going to be arriving at heaven. They have B-Side all for themselves, all the time in the world to set up.
Yeah, tons of time to work with, but of course, X Gamer down to the final 2 of their squad. Possibly going to be looking to save these 2 rifles on over as we do look at their econ to be completely in the trash. So just a little bit of money to work with, a couple $100 all together. Goodfellas, they should be able to claim this 7th and maybe an 8th into the next.
That'd be massive. This round, this half was 6-1, mate. It was 6-1, and Goodfellas to be able to, at minimum, close out the round with 7, or close out the half with 7 rounds on the board. That's a crazy turnaround, and just a show of dedication to the craft. So don't give up, don't relinquish, and just keep on trucking.
Yeah, certainly. This could be an extremely... Well, this is an extremely important round for the side of X Gamer to try and win. Because they do have a little bit to work with. They have the AWP, they have the A1S. But the rest of their rifles, if any at all, are going to be FAMASas. And maybe at least those MP9s are going to be looking to come out as well. They're going to be looking to play a little bit more contact, a little bit more on the points if they do want to try and convert this one to bring it 7-7 now to deny Goodfellas from really collecting that 8th here and converting the half into their own.
Technical timeout that at least gives X Gamer a bit of time to talk about it. You've lost a few rounds in a row now. Why? Are we mispositioning? Are we being too aggressive? Are we being too passive even? Do we want to have someone in alert position? These are all options that they need to talk about and see whether they can counter the strat for these 2 remaining rounds of Goodfellas.
That's going to be an interesting showing up, and we do see a little bit more than what I was thinking coming out from X Gamer. They have A1Ss instead. They are going all for naught into this. We do have themselves with a FAMAS over on Triple N, but for the time being, let's see if they're going to be able to make this round work, because they're playing a little bit more contact, looking to play a little bit more passive. They don't want to play as aggressive as they have been.
That up switching up from long towards B as well. That's a switch up that Goodfellas probably weren't expecting, and now all of a sudden they're caught on the wrong side of Monster. Somehow we're gonna have to cross it with an up on the horizon. There's just a few bullets in the leg of Passive, but he still is able to back down. And then as soon as you have an up, it doesn't really matter that much as long as you have a quick reaction time and hit your bullets. I think AO got spotted. still able to sneak up. Now he's 100% spotted, and that's the end of the lurk.
That being the end of the lurk there, we'll be shutting it down. But, of course, it is put down to this 4 versus 4. Ahoy tagged down ever so low, tagged down to 10. That's going to be something to note as they do look to try and take a site. But for the time being, it's still a little bit passive. They're not sure where they want to go just yet. It does look like they'll locate towards A. No one directly on the site to take the fight. One down connector. He's going to need to call a rotate pretty quickly. Ends up Puffs does find one. Looking for the second, but won't be allowed. Will back on off, but that's the bomb dropped. Will be picked back up as they do look to try and convert towards this A site. This could be the side contention as the hit does look to come on through, but the players have made their way into the back of sight as they do look to try and hold off this attack.
It's going to be a tough one for Goodfellas, and Hexy falling to the ground, and also, yeah, it's all of a sudden AO buys Lonesome, gets a nade landed, but still getting pincered and also getting shot at. Of course, X-Gamers. They do take that round. The rotation, the trigger pull on that was so quickly Goodfellas and no shot.
Yeah, that was very nicely done on the retake. They were shutting it down thoroughly. Able to find that kill over towards Connector from up Puffs was absolutely massive to delay the bomb plant coming on through and not allowing that post plant setup to be correctly put together. And that really was the determining factor of that previous round to allow this tied game to come on through. And now it is a round of contention. The full buy round to come through from both squads. And we do have the final round of the half. The smoke that was saying that needed to be placed by Passive Offer now is showing up a little bit more, which is quite nice. Maybe he heard me or something. But now right through the smoke, nothing connecting just yet, and it does look like a B hit will be the name of the game.
Well, they're all going to run into this AK firing on all cylinders. The Triple N still gets a bullet in the rain after the facts, and only being able to take down one with him. That's Goodfellas. They've been put to a little hold. Still 4 players are going to flush on out. No miss on that short position. Does get checked, but well, check these bullets right back in your body. Hexy gets robbed. Saba gets one to Breeze. He's able to plant the bomb. Larva needs to hold off, though, as no, he just gets pushed for a single ando on it. X-Gamer. They actually take the final 2 rounds.
Yeah, nicely done by them. It was looking to go the direction of Goodfellas, but things are looking a little bit better. They were able to come back into it, put it to that 8th round to give them an advantage going into the next half. That's extremely important. This is a bit of a CT-sided map, and as difficult as that was, they were able to make it come on through.
Goodfellas. They still had a good half. It was very decent considering they started 6-1, so if they can get this pistol round locked up, they're sitting comfortably up in their ivory tower. There's a hammer at the bottom of it, an X-Gamer. They're trying to hammer it down, crack those bricks, crack the defense, and they've already broken through. X-Gamer. All they have to do is play a little bit of reversal of roles here as they're actually just pushing on through. Goodfellas need to be careful.
The push coming on through. We're looking at the side of Goodfellas to play this retake on the B site, but post plants are set up quite nicely. 2 towards Graffiti, 1 towards CT as the shots do start to come on through. Triple N doing quite a bit, and X-Gamer gonna be able to win that one out in almost a flawless fashion, only dropping 2 players there as the retake did commence. And now X-Gamer up by 3. Goodfellas not looking the greatest here.
Very comfortable for them as well. It's a good start. Well, that is only half the work. And even less than that, to be honest, in CSGO. The pistol round, of course, crucial, but it could be stolen away, and that's what happened in the first half. So Goodfellas, can they do it on the opposite side? Can they sneak away this round from underneath of X-Gamer?
So far, so slow. Got themselves the Steagles to work with on the side of Goodfella. These Mech-10s are known for ripping them apart. For the time being, we're looking at X-Gamer to try and weed out these positions. Just looking to try and find there's a little bit of aggression. The first shots will start to be taken, but nothing connecting just yet. Passive Offer is aware that there could be a player behind this divider, and he does find it. Slarva does fall the Deagle, not able to ring out in time. Now Hexy looking to take this fight, but knows he can't play too close against it.
Oh, that's a good shot by AO, dropping no miss, and he can retreat as well. Still Exy in a very slow and boring battle there that he eventually backs out of. Back onto A side. Wow, there he gets one in the head of Uphoffs. That's important triple when they pull the trigger on B, though. They're already rotating in. Trek is still residing somewhere. I'm pretty sure this is Barrels. Yes, he is there. Oh no, Trek is! Oh, he finally gets him, and that should still be the round. Can he hit one bullet on passive? It seems not, but his teammates are there to help him out, and he still is able to come away with his life. To say that was pretty would be a blatant lie.
And that was very rough to see coming out from XGamer. Goodfella able to capitalize there, able to do their work, pick up the rifles as well. Just like that, 9-8, bringing it back within 1, not letting XGamer get too far ahead of themselves.
Wow. Doing them dirty to show it again there as well. That's the aim, not quite on par there. But Goodfellas, they do it. They do steal away the round from underneath of XGamer, and it seems like XGamer accept their losses as well. Oh, never mind. They get a quick return on Exy, and all of a sudden with a deagle and probably that gun recoverable, there's a chance in this round.
Ooh, Larva showing up, saying hello. Gonna be able to find 2, but not 3 as Ahoy and Trexy finish off 2. Leaving it down to Passive Opera. Now stuck in this 1 versus 3. Needs to find himself this. But for the time being, he's got the time, he's got the AK, and maybe the aim. Let's see if he does. Shot starting to come on through, nothing connecting. Seabreeze will finish him off, and that will be it. 9-9. XGamer showing up thoroughly, but Goodfellas able to clean it up and throw it down as it is tied together here in the 18th, or there in the 18th rather.
At least it was a quick answer to your question. Can they do it? Nope. Quickly dealt with as a technical timeout yet again. Gives XGamer yet again also some time to talk about the previous 2 rounds, but I think they're going to forget it rather easily because they're on the buy round. They pulled the trigger already. There's no backing out of that now, as Uphoffs does in the end commit there as well. I don't know. It's a bit rough for XGamer to get that pistol round to drop the one immediately after.
Yeah, that is extremely unfortunate to see. But Goodfellas are showing up on their CT side now. This is why I was talking about into that previous half, that we need to see XGamer do quite a bit more on their CT side, because this is a bit CT side map, in order for them to have an advantage coming up into this T side. But unfortunately for them, they're able to do a little bit, but not as much as they needed to. It was a fairly tightly contested half. Now Goodfellas could start to get the upper hand here on their CT side.
Do have to do it though. All AKs, raw firepower, almost an entry there. He did have the aim with the deagles, but that ult from Larva could be the key for Goodfellas for this round. The one separating factor between these two, and peek up here. Larva's got it covered. Don't try and get on your tippy toes now and be a bit of a curious monkey there. And they do make sure that they bide their time and wait it out. Larva slowly going to be retreating. This is a scary round.
Now, this is a very scary round for both squads. They're both fully kitted up. Trexy, of course, Mac 10 in hand, going to be looking to play a little bit more up close and personal. But it does look like XGamer doesn't want to take the fight towards the long here. They're aware that there could be a player around this corner. So far, quietly playing it out. Trexy playing up close and personal. That Mac 10 able to ring on out. Does find one, and that's an AK denied for the time being.
With a Mac 10 as well, though, Trek is still that AK on the backup. Surprise, he mows down 2, gets his load for a 3rd, and then finally the mower explodes in his face. Abba making sure of that. Still in a 1v3, gets one in heaven. Very possible. Good shot landed. doesn't have the bomb to play with, and needs to find a safe position, and with short domination, he still reads it, but the timing, typical CSGO fashion, you're a second off.
Yeah, the timing on that is rather unfortunate there for XGamers. Goodfellas now are up on the leaderboard, 9-10, looking to try and solidify this lead as they do have to go against this eco of XGamer. And of course, Pistols not looking too likely to fight off against these AKs, A1Ss, and of course this AWP. Now, if you're looking for XGamer to try and bring this match to a head onto their side, what are you going to be looking for if you're playing, or their coach rather, trying to, and now on the backseat? What are you looking for as far as these rifle rounds go?
I mean, they've not had too many of them. They had one, and they dropped it. They ran right into a good stack from Goodfellas. But flushing all of them through that tunnel without really getting any other map domination, I'd say it's a bit hedging all your bets into one particular stock. You want to spread it out a bit, wait it out. You don't want to all of a sudden rush through and try, basically look at the draw at that point. Don't run out and pray that they're not looking at the smoke, pray that they're not watching the angle properly, because that's not going to be happening at this level anymore. Goodfellas, they've shown that they had it covered, and now you're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, nice little ARP shot coming out of Larva as well. Of course, this is being shut down fairly quickly as Ahoy does clean the rest up. Just like that, 11 on the board, 9-11, and we do have the rifle round to come on through from XGamer. This is a must-convert round for themselves. They've got the AK, so they got the AWP as well as the utility, and if they drop this one, Goodfellas could really start to snowball their way into a match win here.
And here comes another rifle round. Let's see whether XGamer spread out. See whether they can find some picks, find some advantages as Triple A. He goes on quickly, but he does get dropped. He doesn't check the angle, and it's yet another one of those cases where it's a bit careless. You go in quickly, you don't check the close angle properly. It just feels like if you're peeking wide like that, why? When you can also peek close, make sure that the initial angle is closed off, and then check further. It feels a bit odd to me on XGamer, maybe feel the pain of it.
The pain of this matchup could be coming on through from XGamer if they're not too careful. Nice little peek coming on through, but not going to be good for it. No dice on that as Larva does cap them on out with that AWP. Now down to this 3 versus 5. They need to find their way onto one of these sites. They're both being highly contested. Snowmist does get a limp, does find 1 and 2. Starts to open up towards B. This is what I'm talking about. They need to find that first entry, and they certainly did, able to find 2. Larva, that Molly, doing the damage for him. So he does collect 1, and now the retake in a 2 versus 3 fashion, and post plans are taken up.
XGamer. There's going to be two coming out, and Upovs, he doesn't have the backup passive. Maybe there was a miscommunication there, or maybe Upovs was just praying. Passive does get the return on 1, but with an up against 2 riflers, and they know where he is. He does get rid of 1. Now he needs to bide his time, play for his life as Larva. He's going to be aggressive. He has an up as well. He spulls him out, but the up misses, and Passive, he's in a good position here to just take this round. Does he have a kit? Does he even have time? It seems to be the case, but only barely.
That was a very tightly contested round. We about had some heroics coming out. Passive Upper able to find that first, but not the second. Going for the no-scope there. If that connected, that would have been an absolutely massive play for him. But unfortunately for him, that is not the case. In a 12th round collected by Goodfellas, bringing him within 3 of match points. Could be looking to close things out, but of course XGamer still have some gas in the tank. They have the AKs to work with in an extremely important round to come on through from them right here and now, as they have bought down to 0.
This has to be a win for them. I'm almost sitting on the fence of, if they don't win this one, they're out entirely. That's the map done, obviously. It's not as clear-cut as that. Well, maybe we don't even have to start thinking about that. The entry, at least, in favor of XGamer. Now they can go onto the site and try and overflood the remaining defenders. Ayo gets rid of 1, tied to level field. Levels the playing field as they do it again on the side of X-Gamer. 3-on-3, but the health is dearly in favor of Goodfellas as the bomb is being planted. 2-on-2 situation, X-Gamer. It's a must-win for them, and the reinforcements from Goodfellas are actually far out.
Oh man, passive Alpert, so he's in an interesting position for this. He is trying to play over here towards Pillar. He's trying to watch his back, but of course, both of them coming up over here from Graffiti. He's got to be careful with how he does play this. Sees one. Will be able to find the headshot onto it. Larva does get eliminated.
Wow.
And oh, man. Showing up his aim. Both of them not expecting his possession over there towards Pillar. And he does collect it both. Bring a 10th onto the board. Not letting Goodfellas get too far ahead of themselves, as now as their econ has been reset all the way back down into the 2Ks.
That was a quick transfer of that aim onto the head of Hexy. Differential of 2 still, and that 1v2 massive for X-Gamer. They will get the wind under their sails and should be cruising a bit more smoothly. Goodfellas. They've got a hero M4 that they want to put to good use here. Whether they can, they just need to be a bit lucky that they all run into him. Hexy goes peeking around the corner, gets punished.
Yeah, Gupulse able to find one. Starts to get things going for the side of X-Gamer, but Able there with one as well. A1S still in the serve for the time being. Deagle trying to ring on through, but nothing being collected by it, as Triple N does finish it off. Now Larva, he's not in the greatest position for this. He would have to make some sound in order to make any advancement, as they do have that door in the way. Seabreeze looking to say hello, does find one, but you post to clean him up. And just like that, Larva most likely going to save here. That's the econ is still not looking the greatest.
They do get an up, and maybe he's able to retrieve it. This would be massive. They almost
so
line
close.
up for him, and that could have been a spicy round. Still, if he was somehow able to hold down that spray, hold down the fort, that would have been a 1-on-1.
Yeah, he could have brought that down to a 4, gone from a 4 versus 1 down to the 1 versus 1 if they had all peaked at a decent increment for him. But of course, he did let go of the spray there, and that did find him, and that did allow them to eliminate him. The A1S is so powerful, those sprays as well.
This round, every single one counts towards the tally for X-Gamer, and Triple N doesn't even check the angle or doesn't even realize he's being hit with bullets. Completely careless. That's the amount of carelessness I struggle to reach sometimes. He's getting shot at. He just doesn't move. He's accepting of his fate. I want that.
But of course, now down to the 4 versus 4. No miss. Looking to play aggressive here. Playing to not miss, but ahoy! Saying hello and goodbye to no miss. As that MP9 does ring on through, able to find some tag damage. So Seabreeze does finish off one more, bringing it down to the 2 versus 4. As they still look to try and hit this A site. That's not exactly what you want to do here. You have time to work with. You need to back off, play up towards B possibly. Try to play with a little bit more aggression. And the shots coming on through has Able and up posts. Eliminate 2. Hexy to find 1. Now, last man standing. Abba needs to find himself a 1 versus 2. Playing over here on truck, trying to collect the bomb, but gets dinked out. And, oh, gets away barely. Trying to play a different angle as Trexie does finish him off. Goodfellas collect a 13 as they're back in the driver's seat, but the money for the side of X-Gamer is kind of up in the air for the current time. 3 players on 2K, 2 at 4K. They could have a bit of a buy here, but it's going to be a little bit scuffed to say the least.
I would be surprised if they pull out a scout, maybe a deagle here and there, or no, actually, or pull the trigger entirely. They will pull the trigger. Or Triple N, he wasn't on board, actually slices his teammate for not telling him properly, not informing him that they were buying up fully. So, not a great start of the round for X-Gamer. Miscommunication, quickly resolved. Still, retreat that you do not want to see, Goodfellas. They're in the driver's seat. Whether they're gonna crash the car into a tree, that's all up to X-Gamer. They need to move a tree into the crows of Goodfellas.
Yeah, they certainly do. They need to find that tree, maybe a brick wall, maybe paint a tunnel onto the side of a building if they do want to eliminate them here, as they are down to these Deagles in this AK combo. Of course, 2 hero rifles to work with if we're looking at it in respect here. But for the time being, Goodfellas playing carefully. They're playing passively, not wanting to play too far ahead. Seabreeze looking to take an angle peek, but for the time being, the timing's not on his side.
They're still slowly shaping up for a B push, checking out every single angle. But their time, the flash goes over, and there they go. They will go onto side Seabreeze, getting in an awkward position. Moves 3 on down. Abba still alive though, and he's fighting for his life. Gets back reaped, and that will be the end of his short-lived life.
And Seabreeze certainly being the player to show up there and shut down Monster, allowing Goodfellas to get that 14th onto the board. And if we look at the econ, it is null and void. Not much to work with, but look at this 3K. Absolutely beautiful. And they have Tech 9s, a Deagle, and, well, 2 Deagles to work with, and X-Gamer. In the backseat, not much they can do with it here.
The question that they had themselves asked is, do we want 2 half-buys? Or do we want full one? And actually, no, they're going for 2 half-buys and a full one to try and chain some rounds together. They still have some money in the bank. There is some thought going on behind the scenes of X-Gamer. At minimum, some thoughts. Goodfellas, whether they can make sure that those thoughts all go to nil and there's no brain process, they are going to have to hit some headshots, and some interaction might be happening soon. Engagements not going up just yet, though.
For the time being, X-Gamer, they're playing it carefully and closely. They don't want to overdo it just yet. They've got the Deagles to work with, of course, as well as the Tech 9s. They could do the old, gameplay of Rush A or Rush B, and it certainly does seem to be the name here, as they do look to use these Tech 9s to their advantage. Of course, that Molotov going to pull them out of a position that they were looking to go through. Triple N able to find one, but Larva saying hello to 3 and goodbye to 3 as Upoofs does finally finish him off. But just like that, the advantage is lost, and the side of Goodfellas are in the driver's seat. Hexy able to find out 1, and Seabreeze looking to finish him off. Won't be able to do it as Appa does stay alive for the time being. Finds 1, finds 2, brings it down to the 1 versus 1. Hexy still with 100 HP, could do it, but he's got to be careful because his head could be ripped clean off. Looking to play this fight, and oh dear God, Alba. Absolute catastrophe coming on through from Goodfellas as X-Gamer claim a 12 by the skin of their teeth and the heroics of Abba.
That storage was dominated by Abba. Nobody allowed in and nobody allowed out as well. As soon as you jump on in there, you're getting your head torn off. Goodfellas, backs against the wall. X-Gamer, they want to chain those rounds together, which was a bad buy for them. That was a semi-buy, and that's why I like their strategy of going for 2 half-buys and 1 full to try and tie it up in the end. 1 last-ditch effort, but they didn't have to pull the trigger on their last-ditch effort. They're already back in the game, 2-round differential, and the economy for Goodfellas in the gutter.
Oh man, Goodfellas, that should have been a converted round right there. They had Tech 9s and Deagles, but the heroics of Abba really pulled that one on through. Man is sitting at 20 and 15, really being the hero of that round, or 15 and 20, my bad, I misread that. But really being the hero of that round, allowing the side of X-Gamer to try and get this a little bit closer and could possibly convert that into a match win for themselves. That could have been the round to really spin things into their direction.
Well, maybe Goodfellas can return the favor. They buy up Semi and some AMP9 and some Deagles to see whether they can at least do some damage with a few rounds and the economy on both sides nearing 0. You want to focus on that, try and do as much damage with as little investment possible, and I'd say an MP9 is pretty little investment. If you get 1 kill, it's not entirely earned back, but you do damage on the other side and you have a little investment yourself. Seems like a very good idea. Now you have to put it into effect.
Yeah, they certainly do have to put it into effect. We're looking at it now. This is the round that X Gamer need to convert, and they need to go ahead and tie it back up as quickly as possible. They have these 2 rounds to do so, and Goodfellas being in the backseat in the econ-wise is the greatest advantage that X Gamer could ever get into it. They do have an MP9 to go up against, but this door being broken should allow him to be found out pretty quickly, as he is. Hexy tagged down ever so low, will back on off, looking maybe to trade that off to another player because they need to use that MP9 to try and convert the round. But No Miss saying hello and goodbye as Triple in a system to find Trexy. Just like that, B site looking to be opened up as Ahoy is the last man standing on B.
It's just looking like a surefire round for X Gamer. We've all seen that before, where all of a sudden you drop the ball. Seems that this is not the case. Actually, with that MP9, no damage done, and that is painful. That's going to be an easy B Planet Larva. Don't know what he's going to do. Probably try, since no armor, only a deagle, pop some heads. At least attempt to.
Ooh, Larva. That's why it's standing. 1 dig in hand, will be able to collect 1, but I think that's going to be about it, as the bomb does tick on down. Not looking for the retake here, just looking to maybe save it over the deagle in order to have a little bit of weaponry into the next. But we're looking at an X Gamer to collect the 13th and maybe 14th, as, Larva saying hello. Able to do a lot, but not too much more. Able to find 2, does damage to Econ a little bit, but won't be enough really to set them back too far.
Still, two heads popped, 2 tomatoes gone. That's a decent one with a deagle. And we see you ready to play off that first one. Nice, and then he has to readjust as well. And into the up against his little brother. At this point, you do lose a bit of focus at the end of the round. You don't really expect them to peak your angle anymore. It's more of a waiting game. But yeah, you have to be on your toes. It's tough holding an angle like that. But this round is going to be the decider.
Yeah, this round is extremely important. This could be a very detrimental round to X Gamer if they don't collect all the kills all too quickly. This is a full stack on B, and this is looking to be the sites of contention as well. The players are set up for it, but they are still spread out towards A. There's still a possibility that they get the read to say, oh, we need to go towards A, completely clean site. But for the time being, it's playing out passively, being played out slowly. They don't want to overdo things just yet, and I don't blame them for not wanting to rush into a B site that's completely stacked.
Still not a good buy for Goodfellas. They're going to accept this, and hopefully for them they can pull out this round. But here they go into the stack. Records gets down 1. Hexy also won. That's a 3-on-4 for X Gamer. They want to back out. They're wavering. Their mentality destroying Goodfellas. What are they going to do now? Are they going to pick up the guns and rotate quickly? There's already a backup on the side, but still, Opovsky doesn't actually win this battle. That's a massive one won by AO.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about when it came down to it, and the worst that could happen seems to have happened as X Gamer have been pushed back as they look to go back towards the B side. Hexy's still on the site though, as he is all alone. Actually, no, it's not. Over towards Graffiti. You have Trixie, and of course he's got that AK to work with, but the shots coming all through. They're concise, they're precise, but Trixie saying hello and goodbye to Abba as passive offer does make his way on the site. And oh dear God, that's worst case scenario for the side of X Gamer as Goodfellas collects themselves a map point.
At least they get the bomb plant, which will allow a buy for the next round. But it was a bit of an old one. They ran into the stack, and they immediately they lost 2 guns. They had 1 kill as well, but they backed off, which allows Goodfellas to retrieve those 2 guns. And then in the end, they still decided they wanted a piece of B and ran into the AKs. I think at that point, just commit. They only have USP. You don't. To be fair, we know that they don't. But they already had their losses. It feels a bit old in X Gamer. They're gonna have to do it in this round then.
Yeah, they are going to have to do it into this round. It's extremely important now for X Gamer to try and deny this match being completed here. Of course, there's a little bit of information going to be gained. I think this might hit him, and it does. And yeah, that's unfortunate. Trexy going to be able to find out triple A, and this could start to spell doom for X Gamer if they're not too careful. Now the push towards A. Hexy here to try and deny. We'll see the flash. We'll be able to find out one, but no more. Does get tag damage on a no miss, but it is finished on out as it is brought down to the 3 versus 4. The trade goes out even, but the player line is certainly not.
Actually, had a very great strategy there. You don't have to aim if you put your barrel right on his head. Unfortunately, he was only able to put in that strategy against 1, 3-on-3. X Gamers backs against the wall, need to make sure that they chain 2 rounds together to force an overtime. Good fellas. This is where they want to do it. Their money, not ideal for another buy. Might be able to scrape one out with a big bank on Larva and Trekkers, but the rest will not seem pretty. They're going to have to beg their teammates. X Gamers, they're slowly making their way onto A. There's 2 players awaiting them, though, and that seems like a very doomy start.
Yeah, this is a bit of a doomy start for the side of X Gamer, but of course there's still time for things to get going, and they certainly do. So shots go out through passive offer. They'll be able to find out one. Seabreeze not able to collect 2, does collect 1. It just like that. Trexy last man standing. 1 versus 2, looking to end it. But for the time being, this is looking to go the way of X Gamer as they are in the driver's seats in this 2 versus 1. Trexy making his way on through, up through bank, sees one, finds one, knows the other one is over towards truck. Gonna try and relocate over towards stairs. Now that position is pulled on out, and he's gonna make a little bit of noise, starts to play aggressive, starts to play quick, picks up an AK, but
That's really aggressive.
why would, man, I'm not sure why you would do it like that. You don't need to go try and pick up an AK, got an A1S in hand, pick that up, keep it going, and run it on through, sure, but that A1S is where you want that.
It seemed like he had a very good read on where the opponent was as well, and he was aiming at Truck the entire way through, and all of a sudden at the end he thought, oh no, there's no way he can be Truck. I'll forget all the surrounding areas as well, and all of a sudden it comes down to that final round. Good fellas, they do have a buy, they have an AWP, 2, 3 Deagles even, and an M4. They want an AWP above 2 M4s, and also on the other side, X Gamer, they're not sitting too comfortably with a MAC-10 in hand.
No, they are really not sitting all too comfy whatsoever. Oh, Lord. This is a very tight matchup. We're looking at overtime, possibly. Goodfellas stuck down to Deegs, stuck down to an AWP, and they do have the A1S to work with as well. That AWP and A1S have to be what brings through and brings them the match to a successful conclusion. But right now, we're looking at overtime starting.
It's almost imminent. Unfortunately, throughout the entirety of history, there has been surefire things that in the end backfired massively. This could be one of such scenarios. Aggressiveness coming out from Larva. He takes a tiny peek and takes a tiny bullet somewhere through the dirt. Some fragments of that bullet entering his skin. He does have some info to return, and also sends a message. We have a big grain. Our economy is doing great. You're gonna run into all M4s. So some propaganda landed.
For the time being, there has been a bit of aggression. But nothing being dealt with just yet. These Deagles looking to play as passive as they can. They don't want to overdo it. I don't blame them on that. But Hexy's showing up saying hello. He'll collect himself an AK in a second, and that's extremely important. That's the bomb. He's going to play a little bit more. Ooh, did spot out in and in, and that will be the life of him taken away as Larva does finish him off. And just like that, this round on its head. X Gamer now in the back seat as rifles are being picked up. That's up, dealing the damage that he needs to. Doesn't collect the second. I don't blame them for backing all the way up.
At least they have retrieved the bomb. They've got 30 seconds to make a decision, and at some point, well, they've basically already committed to A. They're going to have to storm back to B if they want a chance there, but on A, they're slowly checking every single angle. Still 2 Deagles in the hand, and that is all the resistance that there is on A. You're going to have to go quick. Smoke's coming through A. Oh, he will get dropped. No, never mind. He plays
unfortunate.
a reverse card, and it's Goodfellas who edge it out in the 30th of the round. 16-14.
Whew. Yeah, that right there, extremely unfortunate when you are looking at the side of X Gamer. They were certainly so close to taking that round. They had the rifles to work with. They had the advantage that they really needed, but they weren't able to pull it out. Oh, Lord, that was an extremely close match.
That was crazy the entire way through. The punches landed on both sides, haymaker being thrown. It was everything we could have wished for, except maybe an overtime. But hey, if you want to deny that, that's fine. In an unfavorable position, the 2 Deagles being essential to the game plan there on the whole of A.
Yeah, seriously. That Deagle was able to ring on through. Those Deagles really saved the day when you are looking at Goodfellas. I was fully expecting us to go into overtime there. But it was just shut down by the Deagles, able to find that first one, the bomb being dropped there in connector, and that AK being picked up, but not able to do too much more. He was able to find one more, but wasn't able to get out of dodge. But that's extremely important when it came down to it, because that denied a lot of the time that they had to work with. They had to go pick that up and then rush it towards the sides. And that hastiness was what lost them that round.
As soon as you have 30 seconds remaining and you have to make a choice, they know exactly what time it is. If they hear a smoke, they're probably going to rotate in. And, well, they didn't even hear smoke. They just heard plain old footsteps, which is even more of an indication that there's people there. You get all the cavalry there and then call them up as well, because you can deal with it by yourself. But that was only the last round. The start was already incredibly close. It was 6-1. They were pulling away. And then all of a sudden, Goodfellas started to make the comeback.
Yeah, that was man, it was as close as it could have been. Of course, Goodfellas and X Gamer, they were playing up to their utmost ability, and unfortunately for X Gamer, they just weren't able to pull it out with those rifles. They should have had all the advantage in the world when it came down to it. But there were some risky plays that were made, some over aggressions that were put on out, and that lost them that round. They had that player over towards water, towards construction, trying to find one, and with the MAC-10, he was able to find one, but then was punished immediately by the Opper. And losing those players early, especially in connector and then over towards construction, is really what lost them that.
It was an unfortunate series there, and also the first one of X Gamer today. They will have a second one to try and regain some of their losses here.
Yeah.
But to take a loss like that, I'm happy for them that they get an hour off at least to calm down, calm the nerves, and get back into a positive vibe, because there's no way you're walking away from this one happy with how it went.
Yeah, it's certainly the way that went. It was nicely played. It was enjoyable to watch. But we're currently waiting to see if we do have the interview to come on through for this match. We'll see if everything does work together this time, unlike the previous interview. We can only hope, but I do think we do have the MVP maybe to come on screen, and it does look like it. The MVP actually being from X Gamer. You Puffs looking good, 27 and 20, ADR of 93. So most valuable player of the matchup. But look at that, coming from X Gamer, really could have gone their way.
If you bury 27 bodies and make sure that 7 extra get buried as well, that's a very solid stat lines. Puffs the entire way through from X Gamer has proven to be a valuable commodity. Even with that, even with such a massive performance, they could not pull through, which might even hurt more on the side of Puffs. Hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you just pop off and your team doesn't get along with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes. It's a bit unfortunate, but that is the way the cookie crumbles. No, Puffs doing what they need to do, but just not able to do enough. So nicely done by him, but nicely done by both squads. It was as close as it possibly could have been.
We're just waiting still whether we can get a proper interview in there, and it seems to be the case. I'm excited to finally talk to somebody else.
Oh yeah,
you know, you've been great company, but I do want to have somebody who just released all that nerve, all that adrenaline surging through the body.
Man, I can't believe I'm not enough for you, Hive. That's unfortunate. I can't believe this. My soul is
Sorry.
crushed. It's all
I've
good.
got high standards, mate. I've got high standards.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. I'm hurt. I am hurt. But of course, it does look like we do have an interview coming on through. Let's hope it does work together this time, and we can actually hear him this go around. But it should be good. I'm interested to see who we do get into the interview slot.
It seems to be ready.
Yeah.
And it does seem to be Larva as well. So we do have a name of our mystery man coming through. Larva, how are you doing today, brother?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm good today. How about you?
Doing well,
Fantastic.
doing well. That was an absolutely tense matchup coming out from both squads from that there on Overpass. It was a rough match for both of you guys. It was looking like it could have gone either way. For Minther, I thought XGamer was about to take that away, but the Deagles able to pull it out and pull it together in order for you guys to take that one away.
Yeah, it was a really tight game. It was some rounds that it could have gone either way. You know, we won an eco, a full eco, I think, and they won like an eco 1 versus 3, and there was a lot of rounds that just could have gone either way. So I'm happy it went our way today.
Yeah. And how do you deal with that pressure when it's 15-14, you were in the driver's seat, and now all of a sudden there's a car hijacking, you need to fend them off. How do you deal with that pressure when it comes down to that last round, when you're also knowingly on 2 Deagles?
Yeah, I think it's tough. It's kind of tough to deal with it. Of course, you're feeling the pressure and your heart is beating, but I think you just gotta keep your comms clear and calm, and after that, the game will flow by itself and be calm as well. So I think we handled that pretty well, and yeah.
Certainly. I'd say you handle that pretty well, being that you came away with the victory. But is there somebody special who takes charge usually in that kind of moment? Is there somebody who speaks to you, somebody in the team?
I mean, it's kind of it's everyone. I really like. I wouldn't say it's a specific person all the time, but there's always someone who just takes the command and just guys, we're gonna do like this right now, and just keep calm, and it's gonna work out. So it's always one of us, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, certainly. That is good to see when you do have a good mentality on all the players ready to go in. Someone's always there to ready to calm everybody down, making sure that they're able to go through and pull it together. But it should be interesting to see what you guys are able to pull up through the rest of the season. Of course, still a long season to go. We've still got quite a bit when it comes to the matches, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys on stream again.
I just had to say goodbye.
Yeah, no, Lord, can't believe it. Just saying goodbye. Anyway, folks, we will be back after a quick break. I think we do have another matchup coming on through. Of course, there are 2 more for us tonight, and both of them are looking to be hot ones. We'll be seeing Prime Up versus Little Mix coming up next, and then our final match, we'll be seeing the return of XGamer looking for revenge coming up against Extra Esports. So don't go anywhere. Take a quick break, and we'll be back in a few. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. Very, very quick break to come on through, and we are back on Overpass. We're looking at Prima versus Lil Mix on to this go around. Of course, knife round has already happened because it was so quick. Now, time to get things back underway, and the P250 to have the first shot, but nothing connecting thus far.
And today has been full of surprises. We're back on the Overpass. That's somewhat of a surprise here as well. And also that all of a sudden, we're right back into the game. They've already decided which round they want to start on. It's no time off here. No rest for the wicked. And Lil Mix versus Prima. It's going to be a battle and a half as Lil Mix. They're rushing out through long. This pistol round opening up for Lil Mix, or at least they're attempting to, as HNS quickly falls. Another bullet to the brain as Rally's just being a menace on the site there. It's a 3-on-1 now. Brillo needs to come up massive.
Yeah, Brillo, last man standing, 1 versus 3, stuck behind Dumpster over here, looking for the first, but nothing to collect just yet. No one peeking him on through, not aware of the player in bank, but does get him. Oh my god, the turn and a half. Brillo tinked on down, but collects one more to maybe bring this to a head. He's only got 6 HP to work with, but he's certainly got the aim and the brain for it. But unfortunately for him, that's all he's going to be able to do there, as Bob does eliminate him. Lil Mix able to collect the first, but it was by their skin of their teeth, as Brillo was showing up huge.
And Bobek with a 4K there, and massive for his team. Brillo, the 2 taps that he did get were worthy of 4 kills. So unfortunately, that's not the way this works. 1 counts for 1, no matter in which fashion you do get it. And Lil Mix, they get that first round on the board. We've seen plenty of counters, plenty of ways that it could be turned around. But Bobek, he wants to make sure that this round stays in the hands, stays in the grip of Lil Mix, and it seems to be a fierce one.
Yeah, this certainly will be a fierce one, as Prima are down by 2 players already, and the bomb plant coming on through. The retake would have to come on out here. We're not going to be seeing the conversion here, which is going to be quite nice on Lil Mix. That's been the trend we've been seeing over the past 2 matches. We've seen conversion after conversion when it did come out of it, but unfortunately for the side of Prima, they're not going to be able to do too much more than that. They're just going to look to save these Deagles over, the SSG, bring the armor, but that's going to be it, as they do look to save.
They do set up a trap in that connector as, okay, a passer gets rid of Lucky. They're peeking through. Viking can't move. Rally takes the top of 1. They're slowly going to be pushing on through that connector, or just waiting right outside it. That seems like the smarter option. Those AKs always more valuable than getting rid of a Deagle. That will be the end of the round. Rather simple round.
Extremely simple to come on through. Little Mix going to collect themselves a second on there, and now Prima, they're stuck down to these Deagles. Yet again, a 5.57 coming out as well. They're not going to be looking to do too much more than try and collect some econ, try and damage it on the side of Lil Mix. But Lil Mix looking to play aggressive, looking to play quick, already towards Monster, but not looking to push through it just yet, as they do get in position and try and take the site.
Another round that they should be winning, but there's 4 players residing here. Whether that's legal doesn't matter because they'll get the kills anyway. Hype is able to shut that down. Wyken had a massive opportunity. Bobex, he's already shown himself to be a pop-off player. 7 frags for him landed already as Rana wants to catch a retreating Bobek. Seems to be the only case of him actually falling. BQ gets rid of Brillo as well. And Lil Mix, they're yet again in that driver's seat. Rally, he puts in a quick dent, but that will be all. Lil Mix take round 3.
Yeah, nicely done there by Little Mix. Of course, a little bit of a dent in the econ being made, but not much more. We will be seeing it Prima buying on up, and this is the 4th all-important round for them. A must-convert round to come on through. Lucky AWP in hand, and A1S is on the rest of the players. It's time to see what sort of stuff Prima can pull on out into this one. Of course, Rala going to be looking to place down that smoke to allow him to get some a little bit of aggression up towards party, but no one to take that fight just yet, as Lil Mix is still positioned to try and take towards B.
This is an important one. That orb already quickly landing. HNS not too happy with that. Still on 0. There's a rally. He's aggressive, but it pays off. Bobek is able to keep that in tow. Yiddish blinding through the smoke. Does get Hype. 2-1-4 situation. Unlikely to be pulled through for a Little Mix, but is Bobek still alive? And he's already almost to 10 frags.
Oh man, Prima doing what they needed to do though. Finishes it off and collects the round. They do lose a rifle, but they will be able to buy that one back on up. Just like that, Little Mix dropping one, but they've still got money to work with. AKs in hand. And now Prima, they still have the chance to try and tie things up, coming up into the 6th if they do convert this one as well. But AWP in Hype's hand could be a bit of a problem.
They do still have a full buy, but that's all their money gone. And Lucky, he drops to Hype. Unfortunately, the wrong side of that little wood barrier. That's a big entry into the round. Rally gets it back, ties it up. Now needs to retreat. Actually, he might just overstay his welcome, and he will. Bobek takes him to the cleaners. They do have the ability to push out. That was some info that they might just be able to push onto B, but Brillo, he seems to know something that we obviously do as well, but there's a... he's sentient there.
Yeah, of course, Brillo putting down a molly, still looking to weed out as many positions as he can to get the information. But look at what? How do you say that name? Wojkin? Wojkin?
Wyken? It's Swedish, so it's probably Wyken.
I don't know how to say it. I'm not Swedish. But, of course, 3 versus 3 now. Even player line as far as it does go. The train passing overhead as 2 of the players start to position themselves to try and take towards B as they do look towards Monster. Of course, a player towards Construction as well. And Brillo seems to have the read on this, looking to play a little bit closer, looking to take this fight against the HNS. And the shots start to come on through, and oh, it's a bit of a misfire by Brillo. HNS able to find one. He does find one of his own, brings it down to a 2 versus 2. The shots coming on through, and all the players tagged down low as Whitekin is the last man standing in a 1 versus 2, 22 HP to his name, and he has to find this first. The Opper, being aware of his position now, a player coming up to his rear, Hype and Co. Gonna clean it on up and around by Little Mix to collect the 4th, and Prima not allowed to get towards a tie just yet.
And that was as soon as he sprayed around the corner and didn't hit, that was it. There was already a player flanking through Monster, so it was a matter of time. The Opper being aggressive, wants a kill for himself. There's enough already. The division on Little Mix is being spread out more kill-wise. It's not only Bobek who's getting everything, who's gobbling everyone up. A tiny stack in Connector and Lucky with an AWP glass cannon. Interesting.
Yeah, bit of a glass cannon to come on through. We're going to need to see if this glass cannon is going to be able to pull anything out. But look at this. Oh, Wyken. That's a very surprising shot to come on through. Does find one, but Asperdag going to be able to find him out. Asperlo does find out HNS Hedish over here with the Deagle. Another clean Deagle shot to come on through as it is put down to BQ and Hype. The last 2 men standing for the side of Little Mix. Looking a little bit more rough here for the T side as we're looking at a possible round conversion for the side of Prima. Ooh,
I don't expect an AWP either. Jumps right into it, does get tagged, and then gets no scope, taken to the cleaner. Call of Duty montage where Hype still gets rid of Lucky. It's 1v2 situation, 2 AKs to try and deal with. He doesn't even get access to the side. Brillo denies him, and Prima, they pull out a pretty decent round.
Very nice round to come on through from Prima. Of course, looking at Little Mix now, stuck down to some digs, as well as a double AK to work with. Asperdig and Hype going to be looking to collect those and carry them on into the round. But the A1Ss and the AWP being so strong, Prima could be a detriment.
The Eagles coming out for Little Mix. Together, mixed in with a few AKs. Want that round back. Felt like it was undeservedly in favor of Prima. They're going to be trying their hardest to return the favor. That's a sneaky position there, right next to Fountain. Brillo. He doesn't get checked. Oh, there Rally goes. This is a tough position now for Little Mix. They're getting messed up from every single angle. Hype, the AK spray not landing. And then finally, Hype does get one down short, but also Wyken still in that naughty position the entire time. Prima are just in cheeky positions.
Yeah, very cheeky positions being played on out here, and that's certainly working into their positions. Now the HNS, the last man standing, He's to find himself a 1 versus 4 if he does want to convert the round. He has the bomb in hand. He's at least looking for the bomb plant to try and put some money on the board. But for the time being, slowly played, not wanting to overdo it. And that AWPer could be his kryptonite if he does look towards long.
HNS. That was just a matter of time.
Yeah,
And
there
no
wasn't
way.
much.
He wasn't going to start running. He wasn't all of a sudden going to do anything different. He was on a path, and that path was either completed or cut short by the ult that was lurking there. And it was the latter. Primo making a bit of a comeback here against Lil Mix, stopping that major start. They want to do it right here, right now. They want to do it quickly. Get the round over and done with. Entirely in favor of Primo as well. 5 players still standing. That's the eco round you want to see.
A very nice eco round to come on through. Of course, we do see the tied game up on the board right now. Of course, 4-4, Little Mix. They do have the rifles to work with as well as Prima. This AWP from Lucky could be the way for them to go. Right now, Prima, they do have so much econ to work with. And Lil Mix, they're in a make or break moment right now. They do want to try and take the lead.
Little util though. Oh, lots to work with, and that might be difficult. They're spread out. They want an opening somewhere, but I doubt that Prima is going to give anything here. I don't think they're going to budge. They're just going to sit resiliently in their little own pockets and wait for Lil Mix to do the pushing. Smart play by Prima. As, they get through the first 45 seconds without anything happening.
Yeah, the first 40 seconds coming on down, and now down towards a minute. There's been some aggression made, but not too much. There's an AK in hand over towards Sandbags. If he does peek out and find one, he could start to open things up. For the time being, the shots by BQ, fairly quick to find Raleigh. That's the man advantage found.
Can they capitalize upon this? Can they push through? They're taking their time, and they're going to commit to a B push. Slowly peeking some heads around the corner. And Brillo entirely flashed. They do check the angle as well. Hedish gets a kill on Apacer. They are pushing on through. They're slowly met with resistance. Hedish, he's not willing to budge whatsoever. HNS finally makes him 6 feet under. He is. Wyken does the same to Bobek. 2-on-2 situation. Wyken, his position is known. But where that last one is coming from is anyone's guess. Lucky, we know he's coming up from short. But do they take this into account? He gets a peek. He gets a shot. He gets the kill. Hype. He's in a certain position where he needs to pull off. Or HNS rather. It's a 1-on-1. Heaven. It's the position of Wyken. He spots it, but he misses the bullet. And it's Wyken to clutch it out.
Man, nicely done by Wyken. That was very close to go the way of Lil Mix, but Prima able to find the fit, and just like that, the economy for Lil Mix isn't entirely reset. They have somebody to work with, but it's not the best. They'll be dropping up on over, as well as be looking to trying to bring those AKs onto the board, but it won't be the strongest buy in the world. The play by Lucky was quite nice, but Wyken just up there in heavens, looking to deal the damage of God.
The wrath of Prima was just as big, and there they go. Quick peek, but looky here. It's an open your face. And he does retreat right after. I love the way that Prima are playing right now. Get a kill, back off. No need to overstay. No need to try and be a hero. Just do what you must. And yet again, a brilliant flash over the top to get rid of one. He's still in a decent position. Actually, PQ, he ties the playing field. All of a sudden, they've got B control.
Yeah, no, they really shouldn't have been able to do that. There were 3 players looking to fight that out, and it certainly bent back into their direction. BQ and Hype tagged down ever so low, though, down below a half HP each. Now looking to play with 69 HP in between the two. And it does look like the retake may be coming on through, but wait, is Prima opting not to? Well, the bomb's not planning yet. They've still got time to work with, so they're second guessing that this could be B. They're thinking there might be one to try and fake, but Hype saying no thank you, denying any aggression that could come out from Graffiti.
They weren't sure whether all of a sudden it might just be A, and they've committed hard for it, looking, not realizing that they could just sneak up under below, and Lil Mix in a perfect position, at least as perfect as it could be. It's tied together with some duct tape and everything, but as long as you string those rounds together, that will be good enough. No matter what way Morale, he's still got something to say about it. Through the wall and through the dome it goes. He wants to spot out the last one, but he's lost track. Where is he? Looking through the smoke. BQ, he's evasive.
Man.
He's like a little rat sneaking through the cracks. Finally, he does get eradicated. Does run out of time. Only barely. Does he even have time? Yes, he does.
Oh, man, such a nail biter of a round. Barely pulled out there by Raleigh, as it is put a 6 onto the board for the side of Prima. Now, Lil Mix looking to be down in the deeps, down by 2. They do have the rifles to work with now. That previous round was so important to try and convert.
That was a round Lil Mix should have won. No reason to peek, no reason to be aggressive there even. Could just drop back because he's going to be forced to defuse that bomb. It's a bit of an unfortunate one. But hey, you can move through. You're still on T side. You still have money to buy, and that's the main thing. Lil Mix, they buy up again, but also not something we're unfamiliar with is that their util is low.
Yeah, ooh, all that op shot being a miss. Relic barely gets away, tosses down the smoke to allow him to have a little bit more room to work with. He's aware of these players coming, finds the one, looking for another. Not able to find just yet, hiding in the smoke. The Opper looking to come around the corner to assist, but BQ able to put him out. Lucky able to find him out one, brings it down to a 4-3. Meta Vanish going the way of Prima, but the shots coming out quick as they do entry onto the site. HNS able to play one, Wyken able to find one. HNS there for the refrag as it is put down to a 2 versus 2 as Heedish finds one of his own, leaves it down to HNS. HNS needs to find himself a 1 versus 2, but they're at 100 HP each. Of course, this AK is there for the one-tap potential, but for the time being, making his way down to Dumpster, trying to find out one.
Could just catch that one entirely here. Are they gonna? Is he just expectant of this? Yes, he is. Checks the corner at the perfect timing and drops HNS. Pre-round is the differential, and Prima, they're slowly pulling ahead of Rala, playing up close, and that smoke to put a dead stop to the push of Lil Mix was ridiculous. They weren't gonna wage their bets and move through a smoke blindly. They were just gonna wait it out, and that cost them dearly.
It certainly did cost them dearly. Bit unfortunate there for Lil Mix. They were playing aggressive. They just weren't able to make it work. And that's rather unfortunate as Lucky does find one.
Decent tap to the dome. Lil Mix. He's he was at 9 kills 3 rounds in. He's at 12 now, and that's a hello, Lucky. There we go.
That right there is a huge frag to come on out, but on the way of Prima, some heroics, beautifully done by the Opper. Oh, look at this. The lineup is there. Absolutely beautiful.
Just pull the trigger. They'll line up for you. Lil Mix doing the work against themselves. But still, in a lost position. They do need to start chaining some rounds together. 9 to 6 could somewhat respectable, but ideally you just want to have those remaining 3 rounds all to yourself.
You certainly do. You certainly do. Lil Mix doesn't want to work with only 4 rounds coming onto their CT side, of course, but the CT side is the side of preference when it does come down to overpass. So I mean, this isn't too unexpected. First frag coming out from Lucky there, as we do look